One day in history, someone asked God, give me a home where the buffalo roam, and thus God made McAlester. Well, it's the start of another district series, but now, here in the next few weeks, we separate the men from the boys. It's the top four in 5A4 battling it out over the next 3 weeks to see who will be hosting in regionals, who will be going where, and who is set up for success come playoff time. It's the McAlester Buffaloes and the Tahlequah Tigers today in Pittsburgh County. Who will emerge victorious in this first game of a 2-game district series? We're about to find out. Hello, everyone, and welcome to Mike Deak Field in McAlester, Oklahoma, the site of today's district matchup between your McAlester Buffaloes and the Tahlequah Tigers. I'm your voice of the Buffaloes, Brandon Green, coming to you live on KNED, 1150 AM, 98.3 FM, the KNED app, as well as online at McAllisterradio.com. So, to this point, McAlester and Tahlequah perfect in the district standings. McAlester is coming off of a Cleveland County Classic 3-game set over the last weekend. McAlester started it strong. They won 8-3 over a former district foe, the Midwest City Bombers, who are looking a lot better and are undefeated themselves in District 5A2. But they ended up losing the next 2 games in run rule fashion. They lost to one of the top teams in the state, regardless of class, Choctaw, a 1-loss team. That was a 10-1 loss on Friday, and then on Saturday lost 11-1 in 5 innings as well. So the Buffaloes are looking for some bounce-back action. Again, they didn't play their best defense over those last couple of games, had 8 errors, so they're wanting to answer back in a mighty way here. We'll talk a little bit more about how they want to get back to their clean defensive ways as we go down the stretch here for the final district series of the season. So let's look at the 5A4 standings as it stands right now. So Pulp is at the top, 8-0, plus 73. They're playing Coweta this week. Tahlequah, of course, right there with McAlester. Tahlequah is number 2, McAllister's number 3. What separates the two at this time is 9 runs differential. Tahlequah is at plus 66, McAllister's at plus 57. So is Coweta. They're at plus 57, but they have a 7-1 record as in district play as they lost to Durant, the only team in the bottom half with a win in the district column, as they're negative 30 and playing Del City this week. Memorial and Edison are also facing off with each other. They are 6th and 7th, respectively. So now that we looked at the McAlester Buffaloes, let's look at the Tahlequah Tigers. They have had dominant pitching. Again, when it comes to their 4 district series, they've only allowed 2 runs, 1 to Del City and 1 to Durant. They defeated Del City 11-0 and 11-1, defeated Durant 4-1 and 3-0, blanked Edison 14-0 twice, and blanked Memorial 10-0 twice. They're led by first-year head coach Cody Pear, and if you're wondering why that name sounds familiar, it's because McAlester has some history with Coach Cody Pear, as he coached for Red Oak 2 seasons ago in his lone season with the Eagles, led them to a Class A state title. McAlester played Red Oak that year, I believe, twice, and they ended up losing both those times. Now, he went to Oologah after that, coached softball and baseball. Now, although softball was in a little bit of a rebuilding year, they went 9-22. Oologah baseball was the real deal in 4A. They went 25-13, and he led that team to a 4A state tournament, their first since 2017, and they eliminated Verdigris in their own regional. And that might not sound like it's a huge deal. Okay, you eliminated a team to go to state. Everyone's got to. But they beat Verdigris in their own regional. They forced the Cardinals to miss the state tournament for the first time since 2009. So they ended a big-time streak by Verdigris, and that is showing you how good of a coach Cody Pear really is, as he's had success a lot of places he's gone. So McAlester is looking to stop that success against a new team for Coach Pear in the Tahlequah Tigers, as the Tigers have now moved from 6A down to 5A. Last year they were 8-22 in 6A, but they did beat McAlester 10-8 in a non-district matchup, as McAlester went to Tahlequah, had, I believe, the tying run on base, but could not bring him home in the 7th inning. They went 0-2 in regionals to end their season, like we mentioned, at 8-22. So far this season, really good wins. They won 6-5 over Lincoln Christian. They did lose to Poto earlier this season, 12-11, but they're coming off of a very impressive win over the reigning state runner-ups. They beat the Bishop Kelly Commons 5-2 back on Friday. So I hope everyone enjoyed the eclipse today, as now the moon has moved away from the sun. It looks like we have some blue skies. Clouds are starting to try to move their way in, but it's not going to affect our play at all today. And the weather, we are looking at around 77 degrees. Won't drop any further down below 65 by the time that this game is over. So should be a fantastic day for baseball. We encourage you to come on out to the field, encourage the McAlester Buffalo, support them, and they will need your support, as these are big-time district series. So come out, cheer on the Buffaloes, and let's see how they can do over the next 3 weeks, beginning with this district game against the Tahlequah Tigers. As Mr. Larry Barnett is about to announce the starting lineups, let's do the same. Starting off with the visiting team, the Tahlequah Tigers, wearing their road gray jerseys with the black caps and I believe the orange numerals, or rather orange logo on the front, the interlocking TT. Leading it off, the shortstop, number 7, Cutter Gerdner. Gerdner at short. Batting second, the catcher, number 4, Chance Pear. Pear behind the plate. Batting third, the center fielder, number 11, Beckett Robinson. Robinson in center. Batting cleanup, the first baseman, number 5, Braden Northington. Northington batting fourth, playing first. Batting fifth, right field, number 8, Sinjin Sampson. Sampson in right field. Batting sixth, the designated hitter, number 2, Rylan Eagle. Eagle, the DH for the left fielder, number 6, Jacob Morrison. Morrison in left field. Batting seventh, the third baseman, number 15, Eli Gibson. Gibson at the hot corner. Batting eighth, the pitcher, number 10, Levi Kelly. Kelly on the mound. And batting ninth, rounding out the starting 9, the second baseman, number 3, Tate Trammell. Trammell at second. Now for the McAlester Buffaloes, wearing their black jerseys, gold numerals on the front and back, looks like pinstripe bottoms with the black caps, gold interlocking MB on the front. 14-6 on the year, led by head coach Justin Mullins. 1 through 9 looks like this. Leading it off, the shortstop, number 11, Gunnar Hodgel. Hodgel at short. Batting second, the pitcher, number 2, Caden Lesnow. Lesnow on the mound. Batting third, the third baseman, number 6, Gandon Mullins. Mullins at the hot corner. Batting cleanup, the catcher, number 8, Braden Phillips. Phillips behind the plate. Batting fifth, the first baseman, number 21, Aiden Shumway. Shumway at first. Batting sixth, the second baseman, number 1, Spencer Stinchcomb. Stinchcomb at second. Batting seventh, the center fielder, number 10, Ethan Watkins. Watkins in center field. Batting eighth, the designated hitter, number 23, Jackson Morgan. Morgan, the DH for the right fielder, number 5, Jordan Clark. Clark in right. And rounding out the starting 9 for the Buffaloes, the left fielder, number 3, Jackson Lowerman. Lowerman in left field. We'll take a break. When we come back, we'll have our national anthem and then first pitch momentarily here on KNED.
My wife makes the best lasagna, even in that old kitchen of ours. She deserves the best kitchen money can buy, but all our cash was tied up. So we went to the Bank N.A. for a loan for our kitchen remodel, and the folks at the Bank N.A. came through for us and our family. Plus, the Bank N.A. is local, so the money stays in town. Call 918-423-2265 or go into the Bank N.A. to get your loan for whatever your family wants or needs. The Bank N.A. Strong, secure, and ready to loan. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Okay!
Tire and Auto says come meet our new owner, Dylan Hackler. We're a Michelin dealer and we're stocked up with Cooper, Toyo, Hankook, and Max's Buckshot Mutters and Farm and ATV tires. Tire light on? We can fill your tires with nitrogen. We do brakes, alignments, struts, and oil changes too. You'll appreciate our fast, friendly service. All work's guaranteed and estimates are free. Okay, Tire and Auto, 801 North 1st, McAlester. Call 918-423-2121. Good luck, Buffs. Have a great season. You're joining us in the middle of the playing of the national anthem. We'll send things down to Mike Deak Field as we finish off our national anthem before we have our warm-up pitches thrown by Caden Lesnow in the Buffalo defense. About time to play ball here in this pivotal district matchup. I think every one of them that we have for the rest of the season will be that way between the Tahlequah Tigers and the McAlester Buffaloes. As I mentioned as we began this broadcast, this will separate the men from the boys, who will be the host teams when regionals come around and who's going to be traveling somewhere. But more than anything, these two teams just wanting to make sure that they put themselves in a good position come playoff time. And this is where those games are going to decide where you're going to go in the playoffs. Let's look around the diamond for the McAlester Buffaloes. Shumway's at first base, Stinchcomb's at second, Hodgel at short, Mullins at third, Lowerman in left, Watkins in center, Clark in right. In the battery for the Buffs, Braden Phillips behind the plate, and on the mound, Caden Lesnow. What more can you say about the righty here in his senior season? A 5-0 record, all 5 of those games with the exception of 1 out complete games. He has pitched in 27 2/3 innings, a 0.76 ERA. He has not allowed a run in 28 days, 4 weeks ago to the day. Struck out 44, walked 9, a 118 batting average against him, throwing a first pitch strike 57% of the time. Let us know where you're listening from on Twitter at Buff Sports Radio. Again, that's Twitter at Buff Sports Radio. Whether you're listening or watching, we'd love to know where you're tuned in at. And also, you can let us know on Facebook at facebook.com/McAlester Radio. Just comment underneath the last post that we ended up posting. And I'm going to have Mr. Wyatt, the Cadillac Kid Hubbard. He's the one that's back over on our radio board back in KNED. If anyone does post in, let us know, Wyatt. Again, my timeline is filled right now of Eclipse stuff and some birthday stuff as well. We're about to have first pitch. It's brought to you by Big V Feed Center. See Big V Feed Center in McAlester, Hadco Farm and Ranch in Kiowa, and Chakota Wholesale Feed Company in Chakota for your spring feeding program needs. Phillips is about to fire down over to second base. As Les now delivers his final warm-up pitch. There's the throw down. And we're about ready. It'll be Cutter Gerdner leading it off for the Tahlequah Tigers, the shortstop, number 7. So looking around the Tahlequah lineup, they do return some guys from a year ago. And including Gerdner, who ended up batting out the 9 spot a year ago, and Tahlequah defeated McAlester 10-8. Les now is ready. Gerdner is ready. Here's the windup, and the first pitch of the day. It's going to be popped up the chute, traveling over towards the pavilion. Phillips gives it a look, but it'll land behind the McAlester dugout for strike 1. It's baseball time here in the Heartland. So looking at the Tigers from a season ago, they do return 6 starters. McAlester returns 7 from the game that happened almost a whole year ago. That was on April the 6th last time these two teams played of 2023. This one will be fouled straight back, and the count quickly goes to 0-2 on Cutter Gerdner. Cutter out of the 9 spot last year, grounded out to first, laid down a sac bunt, and then brought in an RBI walk in his final plate appearance. That was a 10-8 victory for Tahlequah. 0-2 from number 2 is popped up right side, pretty sky high. In the infield, Stinchcomb weighs everyone off, makes the catch, and that'll be out number 1. So 3 pitches, 1 out for Caden Less now, resulting in a fly out to the second baseman, Spencer Stinchcomb. Brings up Chance Pear. With the move in of Cody Pear, his first year, of course, with the Tahlequah Tigers, comes Chance Pear. The lefty waits. Les now fires. It's a line drive, right center field. Heading back, and it's going to go over the head of Ethan Watkins and bouncing towards the fence. It'll be extra bases with 1 down for the Tigers, as strolling in there standing is Chance Pear. Saw the first pitch he saw, liked it, drove it on a frozen rope, and a 1 hop off the batter's eye. And like that, the Tigers have a runner in scoring position. Chance Pear, he is a commit to Frontier Community College. I think he's making that college pretty proud right there with that base knock to get into scoring position. Now up at the plate, Beckett Robinson. First pitch to Robinson. He's first pitch swinging down the line. Nice backhand by Mullins. Fires across the diamond after he looks back the runner. Gets the out for out number 2. That was a hot shot down the third base line. Backhanding it is Mullins. He looked the runner back over at second and it allowed to the out over at first to bring up Braden Northington. Now was down the line and snagging it on the backhand was Mullins. Now the Buffaloes trying to leave that runner stranded. Braden Northington comes up. He batted out the 3 spot last year just like he is. Well, actually he's out of the cleanup spot this year. But last year out of the 3 hole, hit a triple in his first at bat. Then he walked, lined out to left, and then popped out to the second baseman. First pitch with 2 down, does not swing. And that'll be ball 1. That's the first pitch of the at bat against our last 4 batters that have not swung at the first pitch. So I think that's on the Buffaloes maybe purposely throwing one out of the zone there to see if the aggressive Tahlequah offense would chase. The 1-0 to Northington. This is low and outside, and the count goes to 2-0. Sinjin Sampson, who's on deck, did not play against McAlester last year. So I don't think the Buffaloes have seen him yet, but they have seen Northington. They know what Northington can do. Not a very wide stance, open stance here. The 2-0 pitch fills the zone, and that'll be strike 1. Called strike 1. Runner at second, 2 down, no score, top of the first. Buffaloes trying to keep it that way. There was a courtesy runner that came in for the Tigers. I'll get you a name on him in just a moment. 2-1 to Les now. Nice curveball, fills the zone, strike 2. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 down with the runner at second here in the top of the first. I believe that's number 9 here. 2-2 pitch from Les now. Pops it up in the infield left side. Hodgel going after it. Looks and waits, and it finally falls into his glove if it goes back down to earth to leave the runner stranded at second base. So the Buffaloes do give up a double in the first inning, but they leave him stranded, and now it'll be the Buffaloes' turn at the bat. Bottom of the first, no score. You're listening to McAlester Baseball here on.
Graduation is only a month away,
And Finn Nissan of McAlester has some great deals to celebrate the graduate of your family.
come get a 2024 Nissan Kicks for only $299 a month.
Or come get a 2024 Nissan Sentra for only $299 a month.
And remember, we don't just sell great vehicles, we buy them too.
Don't forget to tell them Maddie sent ya. Fenton Nissan is your best deal dealer. Shop us online now at FentonNissan.com.
Angel's Diner Steakhouse and Pub serves great breakfasts all day and juicy burgers too. Angel's Diner also serves brick oven pizza on Friday and Saturday nights from 5 p.m. to close. Angel's Steaks are certified Angus beef and the pub offers beer, wine, and mixed drinks. Breakfast, lunch, and dinner make it Angel's Diner Steakhouse and Pub. 1402 South George Knight Expressway, McAlester. Call 918-423-2633. Open Monday through Saturday, 7 a.m. to 9 p.m., Sundays, 8 a.m. to 2 p.m. Like us on Facebook.
Hi, my name is Gail, and I invite you to T&W Tire, an Oklahoma-based company formed in 1987. In 2020, T&W Tire acquired the McAlester location, where Doug and I have worked for over 20 years, providing service to McAlester and the surrounding areas. Our trained technicians continue to provide quality service for brakes, suspension, and alignments, along with 24-hour road service. We carry Goodyear, Michelin, and many other brands to fit your budget. Stop by T&W Tire, Highway 69 and Peaceable Road, McAlester. Call 918-426-6571. Go Buffs!
Beat the heat with American Standard Heating and Air Conditioning and Freeze and Flare, your local champs for cool perfection. Proud McAlester Buffalo supporters. Score with financing offers upon approved credit. See dealer for details. Call 918-217-8785 or visit freezeandflare.com to hit it out of the park. Licensed, bonded, and insured. Freeze and Flare, your home comfort, home run. License number 001-44485. Welcome back to McAlester, Oklahoma. We head to the bottom of the first inning. Tigers had no runs on 1 hit, no errors by the Buffalo defense. It's now the Buffaloes trying to get back on track after a couple of tough losses in the Cleveland County Classic and trying to stay undefeated in district play. Both these teams are. We'll look around the diamond for the Tigers here in just a moment. Here's the first pitch to Gunnar Hodgel. It'll be popped up, but looks like the wind won't bring this one back in. It'll go out of play for strike 1. So for the Tigers around the diamond, Northington at first, Trammell at second, Gardner at short, Gibson at third, Morrison in left, Robinson in center, Sampson in right. And the battery for the Tigers is paired behind home plate, and on the mound, Levi Kelly, the righty for the Tigers, as the 0-1 fastball misses high, and the count is 1 ball and 1 strike. Again, it's Gunnar Hodgel, Caden Lesnow, Gannon Mullins, 1-2-3 for the Buffaloes here in the first. We do have some changes to the lineup for McAlester we'll discuss here after the 1-1. And that'll be a called strike outside corner to move the count to 1-2. So Jackson Morgan starting as a DH today. He's batting out of the 8 spot. More here in a second. The 1-2. Swing and a miss for strike 3 late on the fastball was Gunnar Hodgel. And the Buffaloes strike out with their first batter, brings up Caden Lesnow in this battle of the pitchers. So Morgan starting out of the 8 spot as a DH. He's DHing for the right fielder Jordan Clark. Watkins has moved from the 8 spot to the 7 hole, I think for the first time this year. It might be his first or second time this year. And Lauerman has moved from 7 down to 9. Other than that, the offense looks the same it has the last 5 games. Here's a swing and a miss from Lesnow for strike 1. Lesnow batting .348 on the season, a .434 on base percentage, facing a mighty fine pitcher in Levi Kelly. Wind up in the righty deals the 0-1. This one misses outside, 1 ball, 1 strike. Can't talk enough about the Tigers' defense. Only 2 runs scored against them in district play in 8 games. 1-1. This one misses outside as well. Count goes to 2-1 in favor of Lesnow. Compare that to McAlester. They have allowed so far 20 runs in their 8 games. 2-1. This one will be fouled back. Now move the count to even at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Granted, the Buffaloes have been able to score more runs than the Tigers so far against the 5 through 8 teams. Neither Tahlequah nor McAlester can finish worse than 4th in the district. As both of them are undefeated. Kelly winds and deals the 2-2 to Les now. Grounds it to the right side. Roaming over to his left is Trammell. Fields the ball. Fires over to first in time for out number 2. 4-3 ground out. Means 2 up, 2 down for the Buffaloes, and Gannon Mullins up at the plate. Mullins, the third baseman, number 6, made a pretty nice backhanded play back in the top of the first inning to keep Beckett Robinson off the base paths and possibly keeping Chance Pear at the, well, it's actually Connor Spencer that came into courtesy run for Pear, kept him from scoring, as this fastball bounced into the catcher Pear for ball 1. Tahlequah with already a much improved record from a year ago, moving down from 6A to 5A. This one's outside. Counts 2-0 to Mullins. They were 8-22 a season ago. They've already had 5 more wins than what they had the total season back in 2023. Kelly delivers the 2-0. This one misses outside, and the count is 3-0. Mullins has 10 walks on the year. He's 1 pitch away from maybe having 11. Braden Phillips is on deck. Mullins on the season batting .274, and 2 home runs leads the team. Also leads the team in RBI at 19. 3-0. Not 3-0 swinging. That clips the outside part of the zone, and the count is now 3-1 on Mullins. Still a hitter's count. The offense has spread the love, I'd say, for McAllister's success at the plate so far in their first 20 games, as the 3-1 misses up and outside, and that'll be ball 4. So a 2-out walk brings up Braden Phillips. Buffaloes have a runner at first with no score in the bottom of the first inning. What I mean by the Buffaloes spreading the love, no one has 20 RBI yet. A lot of people have double-digit RBIs, though. Same way with stolen bases. Multiple people right around where everyone else is at in stolen bases. The only person that's just well away from everyone in batting average is Aiden Shumway. He's at 500. The next closest person is Hodgel at 364. So this one's going to be a ground ball up the middle, and it's going to be past the diving second baseman Trammell. And a 2-out single by Braden Phillips on the first pitch he sees puts the Buffaloes in the hit column and brings up Aiden Shumway. Just speaking about Shumway, the team leader in batting average will dig into the box with a chance to give the Buffaloes an early lead. He's batting .524 with runners in scoring. That is good for best on the team, 9 RBI. Slugging .635, once again, best on the team. He did have his 14-game hit streak come to an end on Saturday against Norman, popping out in his 2 at-bats. But during that 14-game hit streak, .600 batting average, 9 RBI, .529 with runners in scoring. Can he start a new one today? Preferably here in the first. First pitch to Shumway. He'll watch this one miss high for ball 1. Shumway went 3 for 7 in the Cleveland County Classic with a double. He has 7 multi-hit games this season, 7 extra base hits this season. Runners at first and second, 2 down. Bottom of the first, no score. 1-0 to Shumway. He fouls this one straight back. He's on it. Count evens up at 1 ball, 1 strike. Wind is blowing out to left center field. Again, there's some overcast. And what I mean by overcast, it's high up in the sky, so it looks like it's sunny out here in McAlester. But there are some high clouds. Wind blowing around 20 miles per hour is the highest gusts that we'll have today. Strongest gusts. The 1-1 to Shumway. And it hits him. Hits him on the elbow, and they'll load the bases. And the Buffaloes have an early chance here to do some damage against the starting pitcher, Levi Kelly. It's Spencer Stinchcomb now. This base is loaded alert brought to you by Pop's Kettle Corn. Choose your flavor of kettle corn or try their freshly made pork rinds at Pop's Kettle Corn in Old Town. Well, let's talk about what Stinchcomb can do in scoring position. 81% of his hits. In such instances, 500 batting average with runners in scoring, good for second on the team. Batting .362, and he had the only hit for the Buffaloes back on Saturday against Norman. Has the bases loaded with 2 down. No score. Stinchcomb won't change it with this pitch as it fills the zone for strike 1, and the count is 0-1. Back to the windup. It's Levi Kelly. Kelly eyes down his catcher Pear and the 0-1 pitch. This one will miss high. 1 ball, 1 strike. Spoke about it with Durant. It's imperative that McAlester, when they had the chance to take advantage of really good pitchers like Levi Kelly. Take advantage of the bases loaded and strike when you can. He said once they get into a groove, they can be hard to beat. This is the Buffaloes' chance here early. 1-1 to Stinchcomb. Fills the outside corner. Counts now 1-2 on Spencer Stinchcomb. The infield is shifted. The second baseman playing almost right behind the second base bag. That's Trammell. So there's a big gap in right center field. Sampson, the right fielder, playing in too. The 1-2 to Stinchcomb. Pops it up in the infield right side. First baseman Northington calls everyone off, makes the catch, and the Buffaloes leave him loaded. We still have no score heading to the top of the second inning. You're listening to McAlester Baseball here on KNED.
Here at Reagan Auto, we offer a variety of services for your vehicle needs. AC and heat repair, brakes, tires, front end repair, alignments, electrical repair, and everything in between. We are proud to offer a select line of engines and transmissions backed by a 3-year, 100,000-mile nationwide warranty. Give us a call at 918-715-3236 or stop by and speak to one of our advisors about how we can help. 306 East Wyandotte in McAlester. From the team at Reagan Auto, thanks for your business.
Hey guys, it's Sam from Sam Wampler's Freedom Ford in McAlester and Eufaula. With 2 locations to choose from, we have close to 200 vehicles on the ground and coming in. And with vehicles starting at $29.95, we have something for everyone. And if you need parts or service, we are loading up at both locations to serve you better. Plus, with our mobile service van and our pickup and delivery, we can help you with sales and service no matter where you are. So come see us at Sam Wampler's Freedom Ford in McAlester and Eufaula and let us make it happen for you.
Both the Tigers and the Buffaloes work out of trouble in the first inning. It was the Tigers that had a one-out double, but then a ground out and a pop-out got the Buffaloes out of trouble. Buffaloes were able to load the bases on a walk, a single, and a hit by pitch, but then they got out of it with a pop-up. So now we head to the second inning with no score. It'll be St. John Sampson, Rylan Eagle, and Eli Gibson, the 5, 6, 7-hole batters, up for the Tahlequah Tigers. This is your voice of the Buffaloes, Brandon Green, bringing you McAlester baseball as we do every game of the season. McAlester will, if the weather permits, will play Tahlequah again tomorrow at a 5:30 start time in Tahlequah, as this is a 2-game district series like all district series are. And if weather does not permit us to play tomorrow, we do have to play this game sometime. Again, all district games need to be made and need to be played before the end of April, so we can see who's going where in district play. So St. John Sampson, the righty, against the righty Caden Lusnow. First pitch of the second inning is a nice curveball in there for strike 1. Have Bender looking good early here for Caden Lusnow. The windup in the 0-1 from the senior. Fastball just misses outside, bell tie. Count now to 1 ball, 1 strike. I do really like this home plate umpire. He is delivering strikes really quickly. There's no doubt on if it's a ball or a strike as soon as it hits the glove of Braden Phillips. The 1-1. Chopper, left side. Fielded by the pitcher Lusnow. He'll flip over to first for the easy out number 1. 1-3 ground out brings up Rylan Eagle. And I'm not bashing any home plate umpires that do take their time, because honestly, there's drawbacks. Sometimes when you call a strike immediately when you know it's a strike. Sometimes if it's a borderline call and you're not really sure, maybe you can make the wrong call a little bit easier without thinking about your decision first. But so far, it looks like he's been pretty good. First pitch low inside, ball 1. Eagle, the lefty, up against the righty Caden Lusnow with 1 down, top of the second inning, and no score. Eagle last year batted out the 6th spot just like he is this year. Played first base in that game, DHing this game, as this one misses low and inside from ball 2. Eagle struck out. He also had 2 singles and then flew out to left field. And that game was at 369 days ago, 68 days ago. This one's a grounder down the first base line, but well foul. Fielded by the first base coach of Tahlequah and thrown back over to Lusnow. Counts 2-1. Tigers are trying to get back to their first state tournament since 2016, where they lost to Shawnee and what was a dominant team. Lost to them 10-1 in the quarterfinals. 2-1 pitch. Line drive, right field, and slipping and falling is Clark as he was coming in on it, and it goes past him all the way towards the Fenton sign. It'll be at least a double. That's where Eagle is going to stand, a stand-up double for Rylan Eagle. Coming in to trying to make the catch on the line drive was Clark, and as he tried to stop on a dime, his feet slid underneath him. He got up and tried reaching his left arm up in time to snag the ball, but it was already past his head. I think it would have been a double anyway, and that brings up Eli Gibson. That was a hard-hit ball there. The second hit, both of them have been doubles for the Tigers. Both of them stand up. One down, runner at second again, top of the second inning as Gibson watches the first pitch fill the zone for strike one. Tahlequah has 2 state championships in baseball. One in 6A, which was 1996 as the 0-1 Mrs. Lowe. Count now 1 ball, 1 strike. They won that game 5-4 over Norman, coincidentally the last team McAlester played. They also won one in 1971 in a 5-3 win over Ardmore. That was back in Class 3A. 1-1. Swings at a high fastball, pops one out of play. And Les now ahead in the count, 1-2. The senior, who has 44 strikeouts so far on the season for the Buffaloes, is looking for his first one of the day. Not a lot of strikeouts in last year's game between these two teams, just 7 combined between 6 pitchers. 1-2. Swing and a miss for strike 3. There's the first one of the day, though, for Caden Less now, and it's a big one. Gets Gibson swinging, and it brings up Levi Kelly. So Kelly trying to help out his own cause. He's the pitcher for the Tigers, wearing number 10 on his back. And on the front of his jersey, he's got a runner at second base with 2 down. Top of the second, no score. Less now, the first pitch to Kelly. Fastball misses outside, ball 1. Kelly did not bat against McAlester a season ago. Batting out of the 8th spot here. 1-0 pitch. Curveball just missed the outside corner. Looks like Les now, he wanted the strike call, but he wasn't upset about it. He asked the home plate umpire, was that outside? And umpire says yes, and he goes, okay. Just trying to get a feel for the zone. 2-0. Fastball gets the lower inside part of the corner, and that is going to be a strike. I think that might, and again, I don't think makeup calls are always a thing. That one, though, I thought that was a ball. But let's now get the call, and the count moves to 2-1. 2-1 pitch. Checks at it, and Levi is upset with himself. I think that would have been a called strike anyway on the trajectory of the ball. But he checks at it and fouls it straight off the plate, and then back off of him in the box, and the count is now 2-2. Les now trying to leave a runner stranded in scoring position for the second consecutive inning. Kelly trying to put his team on top early. Les now gets the nod from Phillips. And time will be called by the batter. Again, the second baseman, Stinchcomb, kind of shifted towards the second base bag a little bit, kind of holding the runner on a little bit. And there will be a pickoff over to second, as back in time is Eagle. Outfield playing the wind and also playing the right-handed batter. Shifted to the left in the outfield and playing deep. So is what is that? That's a Lowerman over in left field playing kind of deep too. Mullins a little bit closer to the third base line than he was back in the first. 2-2 from Les now. Fastball misses low and outside. Now the count is run to full. Les now was almost certain that Kelly was going to swing at that or that was going to catch that corner. Did not get it. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Trammell on deck. The payoff. Curveball misses low. Great at bat by Levi Kelly. Didn't swing out a couple of very competitive pitches by Caden Les now. That's only the 10th walk on him on the season. And what is that now? 29 innings. We'll have a courtesy runner back in for the Tigers. It'll be number 17, and that is Will Talbert. So Connor Spencer is running for the catcher, Pear, and Talbert is running for the pitcher, Kelly. Tate Trammell, the 9-hole, will dig in. Playing second base today, number 3. Runners at first and second, 2 down. No score between the Tigers and the Buffaloes in the top of the second. First pitch from Lesnow. Shows bunt, pops it up in the air. Diving forward is Phillips, but can't come up with it. As it lands on the Buffalo logo, he gave it his all, but unfortunately he is not Mr. Fantastic. Those arms do not stretch. Count is 0-1. Let's see, Mullins, after seeing the bunt, still will go back behind the third base bag. He's still playing deep. First baseman Shumway playing behind the runner at first. And the pitch this time does not show bunt, and the fastball misses low. Count is at 1 ball, 1 strike. Trammell again, one of the 3 batters in this lineup that did not play McAlester a year ago. 1-1 from Lesnow. Fastball runs up and inside. Ball 2. Top of the order is on deck, including Chance Pear in the hole. 2-1 our count. And the pitch. Pops it up. This one straight up the chute and playable. Phillips watches it. Lesnow calls him off. In foul territory, makes the catch, and that'll be out number 3. Once again, the Buffaloes work out of trouble. We head to the bottom of the second with no score between the Tigers of Tahlequah and your McAlester Buffaloes here on KNED.
My wife makes the best lasagna, even in that old kitchen of ours. She deserves the best kitchen money can buy, but all our cash was tied up. So we went to the Bank N.A. for a loan for our kitchen remodel, and the folks at the Bank N.A. came through for us and our family. Plus, the Bank N.A. is local, so the money stays in town. Call 918-423-2265 or go into the Bank N.A. to get your loan for whatever your family wants or needs. The Bank N.A. Strong, secure, and ready to loan. Member FDIC. Equal housing lender.
Tire and Auto says come meet our new owner, Dylan Hackler. We're a Michelin dealer and we're stocked up with Cooper, Toyo, Hankook, and Max's Buckshot Mutters and Farm and ATV tires. Tire light on? We can fill your tires with nitrogen. We do brakes, alignments, struts, and oil changes too. You'll appreciate our fast, friendly service. All work's guaranteed and estimates are free. OK Tire and Auto, 801 North 1st, McAlester. Call 918-423-2121. Good luck, Buffs. Have a great season.
Graduation is only a month away.
And Finn Nissan of McAlester has some great deals to celebrate the graduate of your family.
Come get a 2024 Nissan Kicks for only $299 a month.
Or come get a 2024 Nissan Sentra for only $299 a month.
And remember, we don't just sell great vehicles, we buy them too.
Don't forget to tell them Maddie sent ya. Fenton Nissan is your best deal dealer. Shop us online now at fentonnissan.com.
We head to the bottom of the second inning for McAlester. They'll have the bottom of the order up. Hey, we do have some people from Tahlequah that are tuning in, and if you're tuning in for the first time, I want to get you some tips on how to watch the game a little bit better. I know that there's some clouds, and also the sun is starting to set in the west, which kind of affects our camera lens as well. So it is a little bit darker, so it makes things a little bit more shadowy, but that should go away here pretty soon. But if you want a little bit of a higher quality and watching on YouTube, then you can go to the settings tab. It usually will say auto. You can just go to higher picture resolution or whatever it says on that higher thing down in the settings, and it'll bump up your settings. It'll just use a little bit more data for you. It's the first pitch to Ethan Watkins, misses upstairs for ball 1. And, it'll give you a cleaner resolution. It will go based on what your internet is in the moment, and it will lower the image quality so that you can get a better streaming experience. But as the 1-0 misses low and outside of Watkins, the count moves to 2-0. So if you just put the higher picture resolution, then it'll give you a cleaner image. Just might make your stream a little bit slower, so you can give it a try. No score, bottom of the second. 2-0 pitch to Ethan Watkins as he takes a big rip at it. Comes up empty for strike 1. 2 balls, 1 strike. Buffalo's left and loaded back in the first inning. Buffalo defense, though, has worked out of trouble in the first and second inning with runners in scoring. 2-1. This one's fouled back into the mid of the catcher Pear, and the count is now 2-2. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Kelly looking for strikeout number 2. The 2-2 pitch. And Watkins says you're going to have to wait a little bit longer. Count still 2-2. Watkins didn't play against Tahlequah last year. On the season, He's batting .341 with a .548 on base percentage. His OBP is second on the team. 2-2. That one misses a little bit high. Good eye by Ethan Watkins, and count now full at 3-2. Watkins coming off of a 3-for-8 Cleveland County Classic with an RBI, trying to be a leadoff base runner. 3-2 pitch. Pops it up and out of play. Watkins will continue to battle here in Pittsburgh County. Watkins trying to continue a solid streak he's been on. Wind up in the 3-2 again. Fastball inside corner, strike three. Great pitch from Levi Kelly. Gets the second K of the day. Rode that inside part of the line, that zone, and will send Watkins back to the dugout. And brings up the DH number 23, Jackson Morgan. I believe for Morgan, this is his third start of the season. First pitch to Morgan will be a curveball missing to the backstop for ball one. Morgan is looking for his first base hit of the season. So far, he's 0 for 6. But he's also drawn 3 free passes, 2 walks, and a hit by pitch. He's got some pop in that bat, though. 1-0. Swings and misses at strike one. 1 ball, 1 strike to Morgan. I believe he started at first base in the first game against Del City, and then he also started at DH for his first varsity start for McAlester against Broken Bow on a Saturdays. This one's a high fly ball, center field. Robinson gets underneath it, though, and makes the catch, and that'll be out number 2. That brings up Jackson Morgan. Jackson Morgan just flew out Jackson Lowerman now. I knew that was going to throw me off, having 2 Jacksons back-to-back. Jackson Lowerman out of the 9 spot. Buffaloes 2 up, 2 down. Bottom of the second inning. No score. First pitch to Lowerman. Pops this one up. Will the wind bring it back? Catcher Parrish chasing out after it. And looking at the home plate umpire, because we don't have a great view of that corner, looks like it gets out of play. First strike on Lowerman. Buffaloes had 2 down on them really quickly back in the first 2. They were able to load the bases. But the Tigers got out of it with a pop-up. Buffalo's trying to start a 2-out rally here in the second with no score. The 0-1. Swing and missing. That went out of the zone, and also pulling the string on Lowerman with an off-speed pitch was Kelly. The count now 0-2. Levi Kelly trying to go 3 up, 3 down. The 0-2 pitch. Fastball misses. Lowerman will live to face another pitch in this at-bat. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Lowerman with 14 free passes given him to this year, 10 walks and 4 hit by pitches. The HBP stat tied for the team lead. The 1-2 pitch. Fouled straight back. Still fighting. Here's the senior Jackson Lowerman. Buffalo's lineup bolsters a lineup featuring 6 seniors. Wind up in the 1-2 again. This will be a curveball. Lowerman laying off. And the count's now 2-2. If anything, even in this so far 2 up, 2 down inning, Buffaloes are forcing Kelly to work a little bit here. The 2-2 again. Fastball pops it up in the infield. Third base side. Gibson underneath it. Calls everyone off. Makes the catch. Out number 3. 3 up, 3 down for the McAlester Buffaloes. As we head now to the top of the third inning, and it'll be the top of the order up for the Tigers. Also pretty funny. Both teams, through 2 innings, both have had 9 batters come up. Still no score between the Tigers and Buffaloes here in this district battle. Cutter, Gerdner, Chance Payer, Beckett, Robinson on the way for the Tigers here on KNED.
Angel's Diner, Steakhouse, and Pub serves great breakfasts all day and juicy burgers too. Angel's Diner also serves brick oven pizza on Friday and Saturday nights from 5 p.m. to close. Angel's Steaks are certified Angus beef, and the pub offers beer, wine, and mixed drinks. Breakfast, lunch, and dinner make it Angel's Diner, Steakhouse, and Pub. 1402 South George Knight Expressway, McAlester. Call 918-423-2633. Open Monday through Saturday, 7 a.m. to 9 p.m. Sundays, 8 a.m. to 2 p.m. Like us on on Facebook.
Hi, my name is Gail, and I invite you to T&W Tire, an Oklahoma-based company formed in 1987. In 2020, T&W Tire acquired the McAlester location, where Doug and I have worked for over 20 years, providing service to McAlester and the surrounding areas. Our trained technicians continue to provide quality service for brakes, suspension, and alignments, along with 24-hour road service. We carry Goodyear, Michelin, and many other brands to fit your budget. Stop by T&W Tire, Highway 69 and Peaceable Road, McAlester. Call 918-426-6571. Go Buffs!
Beat the heat with American Standard Heating and Air Conditioning and Freeze and Flare, your local champs for cool perfection. Proud McAlester Buffalo supporters. Score with financing offers upon approved credit. See dealer for details. Call 918-217-8785 or visit freezeandflare.com to hit it out of the park. Licensed, bonded, and insured. Freeze and Flare, your home comfort, home run. License number 001-44485.
We got Brian tuning in, saying listening in from Florida. Let's get that dub. Go Buffaloes. McAlester and Tahlequah right now tied 0-0 heading to the top of the third inning. Let us know where you're listening from on Twitter at Buff Sports Radio. Wherever you are in the world, we'd love to hear from you. Or on Facebook at facebook.com/McAlester Radio. First pitch of the third inning is an outside ball to Cutter Gerdner, and we're back underway. Gerdner has flown out to second base in his only time up today. The 1-0 pitch from Lesnow. Curveball in there, strike one. 1 ball, 1 strike. One and one the count. The Tigers have had no runs on 2 hits, no errors. McAlester, no runs on 1 hit, no errors. 1-1. Hard hit ground ball right side. Diving attempt by Stinchcomb, but it will get over to the right fielder, Jordan Clark. And it's a leadoff single here for the Tigers. Make that 3 hits now for Tahlequah. And Lesnow's been on a tear. He's had to work himself out of some trouble the last couple of innings. But he's been an understatement, a trusted arm for the Buffaloes now for quite a while. Time will be called by Pear. Pear barreled one up perfectly and drove it on a 1 hop to the center field wall his first time up. So the first pitch misses outside for ball 1. He saw the first pitch from Lesnow's hand and drove it. And a Frontier Community College commit catcher today for the Tahlequah Tigers. Next pitch. Curveball misses high. 2-0 the count. Lesnow trying to get back in the count. 2-0. Not much of a lead at first. Runner does not take off. The fastball clips the lower outside part of the zone, and it's a 2 ball, 1 strike count to Chance Pear. You're wondering where Frontier Community College is at? It's in Fairfield, Illinois. Just look that up. Pickoff over to first. They had the runner leaning, but getting back in time there was Gerdner. That's always for the runners that are always at the base paths, I don't know if he was going to take off, but he was definitely going into a secondary. That's always my worst fear, is being mid-hop when you decide to pick off. 2-1 pitch. Pops it up left side, going to get out of play. Lauerman's going to give it a chase, but it'll land in 1 hop into the McAlester bullpen. The count's now 2-2. 2 balls, 2 strikes, nobody out. Buff's trying to get a big out here, and Chance Pear out of the 2 spot. Pickoff over to first. He's leaning, and it looked like they had him. It looked like they had him from where we're at. They don't call him out at first. There are some times where we're like, that's a bang-bang play, but that looked like he might have got him. I thought the glove hit the hand of Gerdner before he slid into the bag. But we'll go back to action. They looked like they were that close. 2-2 pitch. Misses upstairs, and they'll move the count to 3 balls and 2 strikes. We still have McAlester fans in the pavilion with their hands behind their heads over by the McAlester dugout, thinking that was an out on the base paths. We'll see if the runner takes off here with a 3-2 count. They'll pick off over to first just to keep him honest. Three balls, two strikes to the lefty pair. Still a pretty decent lead at first base. Runner takes off the pitch. Ground ball right side into the outfield area. Clark will field it. Runner around second, going to third. Here's the throw from Clark, and it will hit off of the runner. And it's another base hit. Back-to-back base hits by the Tigers. Sets them up for the heart of the order with nobody out. Top of the third inning. Beckett Robinson grounded out to third. His first time up. Connor Spencer will be the courtesy runner for pair. So back-to-back singles, and that one essentially being a hit and run with two strikes on him. I know that was what wasn't called, but it leads to a runner going from first to third on just a single to right field. Clark got it in quickly, but not before sliding in was Gerdner. 31 move, and nearly straying too far off the bag there with Spencer, but he gets back. And if you heard the distant yelling, that's Coach Pear over at third base. But right now, that pickoff call that looked like it was an out as the first pitch, curveball is in there for strike one. That might come back to haunt McAlester. Because instead of that just being a routine base hit, puts runners at first and third on the safe call and the pickoff attempt at first. But we had the best. I think we had the best view in the house. We are elevated and right here at first, and I thought he was clearly out. As this curveball missed low, staying off of it is Robinson, and the count is 1-1. I can't say too much about the balls and strikes. I can give opinions, but again, I don't have the best view in the house of those. But at first base, different story. One ball, one strike. Les now again 31. Will fire this time over to first. But back in time is Spencer. Tigers have been a really good team this season. Right now, second and 5-4, the 1-1 pitch. Fouls it off, and the count is now 1-2. Boy, a strikeout would be huge for McAlester. Les now has one today. He's also walked one. And those were actually in back-to-back plate appearances. Robinson, he hit the ground ball that Mullins made a nice backhand on to keep at the time Pear at second base and not scoring. That was back in the first. Top of the third, nobody out. 1-2 pitch coming up to the three-hole Robinson. Les now delivers. Fastball not going after the high fastball as Robinson lays off, and the count's 2-2. Beckett Robinson was the leadoff hitter for Tahlequah a season ago against McAlester. He went 1 for 3, but that last hit was a big one. It was the difference in the game. It was a 2 RBI single. And 31, not really far off the bag, is the runner at first, Spencer. I mean, his lead isn't even 3 feet right now. He's right by the bag. 2-2 pitch. Ground ball right down the third base line. Having to play dodgeball was Gerdner in foul territory. Like he was also swinging a hula hoop, had to just turn his hip real quickly to get out of the way of that ball. Somehow it split. The ball split. Coach Pear at third base and Gerdner at third. Went right between the two. We'll do it again at 2-2 the count. Huge at bat here between Lesnow and Beckett Robinson. The pitch. Fastball, or rather, that's a curveball that missed eye level. And now we're at full. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Really good at bats here by both the Tigers and the Buffaloes. Buffaloes have forced Levi Kelly to work to 39 pitches in 2 innings, but the Tigers are forcing Lesnow into deep counts here early in this inning. 3-2 is the count. And the pitch. Popping it backwards. We're going to do it again. Let's see for Lesnow. This is close to 50 pitches. I believe this will be 50. Top of the third, nobody out. 3-2, the pitch to Beckett Robinson. Delivers. And it misses up and inside. It'll be ball 4. What an at-bat by Beckett Robinson. and it loads the bases for the Tahlequah Tigers. Single walk. Bases loaded with nobody out for the cleanup hitter, Braden Northington. He popped out to the shortstop, Gunnar Hodgel, to end the first inning. Trying to make up for that here and put the Tigers on the board early. And usually a little lead is all the Tigers have needed to be able to win their games. Their defense and their pitching has been really good this season. First pitch, line drive, left field, base hit, and it'll roll towards the wall. It's going to clear the bases, and on the first pitch he sees, it is Braden Northington with a 3 RBI double, and the Tigers are up early here at Mike Deak Field. Still nobody out, and those are the first runs. Well, home plate umpire sending someone to third. Sending number 11, Beckett Robinson, back to third base. And to be honest, I'm not quite sure why. So it's a 2 RBI double. I'm not going to sit here and act like I know what I'm talking about because I don't know why he's at third. And Coach Pear is going to speak with the home plate umpire. No, he's speaking with his man that's about to come up to the plate. We do have a mound visit as Coach Meadows is going to speak with Caden Luss now. But I don't see this being very long, so we're not going to go to break here yet. So I thought that was a bases clearing double. For some reason, they put Robinson back at the third base bag. But McAlester will take that. It's a 2-0 score as it'll be St. John Sampson up at the plate. We'd like to thank our sponsors while we have the time to do so. Sam Wampler's Freedom Ford, the Bank and Aim, OK Tire and Auto, Fenton Nissan, Angels Diner, T&W Tire, Freeze and Flare Heat and Air, and Reagan Auto. Thank you all for putting us on the air this season, really all season long. I'll have to go back and look at the replay of that to see maybe what I'm missing. Again, I was looking down at my sheet as the ball was still rolling towards the fence. So St. John Sampson grounded out to the pitcher his first time up. Runners at second and third. Buffalo's down 2-0. As it's 3 base hits already in this third inning for the Tigers. And Sampson's going to call time. So for Caden Lesnar, those are his first runs given up in almost exactly a month. 4 weeks to the day. The last time that he gave up a run was in the third inning as the first pitch is Sampson. Off of the barrel, it's going to bloop into right field and score at least 1 run. Clark grabs it. They're going to hold the runner up at third as he delivers a strike to the catcher, Braden Phillips. And it's an RBI single, another base hit for the Tigers, and they still have nobody out. That one just a little bloop single into the right field area. But it allows another run to score, and there is that third run. For Rylan Eagle, who hit a double down the right field side, his first time up. So first and third, the runners for the Tigers. Pickoff over to first, pretty much standing on the bag is the runner, Sampson. Okay, so I see what happened. So the reason why they moved that runner back over to third, it was a ground rule double. Here's a line drive, left center field. Watkins giving chase, diving, can't come up with it. As out's going to roll to the wall as well. 1 run's going to score, might score another one. Lauerman gets it in quickly. They're waving the runner home. Hodgel grabs it, fires to third instead, but it'll be a 2 RBI triple by Rylan Eagle after he had a double his last at bat. And the Tigers are just teeing off right now. It has been a heck of a third inning. They have had 5 base hits, a single, walk, double, single, triple. Have put the Tigers up 5-0 in the top of the third. So yeah, that going back before that base hit right there, Northington, if you're wondering why they put the runner back over at third base, it went deep into the corner, and it must have snuck either underneath the fence where it was caught, and they had to put the runner back over at third base like it would be a ground rule double, essentially. First pitch. Curveball missing outside, ball 1 to Eli Gibson. Still nobody out for the Tigers. They have recorded 5 hits this inning. And the Buffaloes are playing their infielders in, every one of them on the infield turf. Runner at third, but nobody out. The pitch. Line drive, deep left field, carrying towards the warning track. It'll one hop off of the K&D sign. It's another base hit for the Tigers. Their 6th of the inning, still without an out. An RBI double for the Tahlequah Tigers. And this has been an exclamation point for them. Brings up Levi Kelly. First time through the lineup, just a couple of hits, but both well-struck balls. Now the entire lineup is wanting to get in on the party. First pitch, as Kelly swings and fouls it straight back into the fencing for strike one. It's one of those, if you've ever played baseball or been around baseball, you've heard the term hitting is contagious, and McAlester has learned that the hard way in the last 2 games. Saturday, again, what was it? I think it was 13 base hits by the Norman Tigers on Saturday. They just kept on coming. As the 0-1 by Kelly is going to be a curveball bouncing into the catcher Phillips for ball one. 1 ball, 1 strike. Lesnow's wanting to appeal to the field umpire. I don't think he went around. Didn't look like that way to me. 1 ball, 1 strike. But for the second game in a row, it's just the opposing team hitting the ball hard. 1-1, curveball misses high, and the count is now 2-1. Now, near the end of that game against Norman, their base hits, 3 or 4 of them. There were bloop singles, bloop hits here and there. But for the most part, the Tigers, they're just riding a groove right now. 2-1 to Kelly. That fastball, he checks that. It was 2. That should be 3-1. Kelly's taking off all of his equipment, but that's 3 balls, 1 strike. He needs to go back to the back to the batter's box, and that's what the home plate umpire is saying as well. So heading back to the box will be Levi Kelly. Still a 3-1 count on him. No activity in the McAlester bullpen. Count 3-1. And the pitch. This one is ball 4. And the only walks that, 2 out of the 3 walks that Lesnow has issued today have been to Levi Kelly. So it's a 6-0 score, as this will be the 8th batter for the Tigers, the 9th batter for the Tigers here in this 3rd inning without an out recorded by the Buffaloes. We talked about their domination against the lower half of the district, and it's continuing here against the 3rd best team in the district according to standings. Here's a pop-up and a bunt attempt that goes back into the close to the McAlester dugout. That'll be strike 1 on Tate Trammell. He fouled out on a pop-up to the pitcher Lesnow back in the 2nd inning. We need the good old triple play more than anything. Runners at 1st and 2nd with nobody out. And the pitch showing bunt again, pulling back as it misses high. That'll be ball 1. 1 ball, 1 strike to Trammell. One and 1 the count. And the pitch. Shows bunt, does get it down. It's a good one down the 3rd base line. Hard over to Mullins. Mullins throws over to 1st, and it sails wide left. And when it rains, it pours. That'll go down as knee 5, scoring at least 1 run. That's an example. He put the ball in play. Good things happen, and the Tigers put it in play. And it looked like just Mullins didn't have a clean transfer as it was hit hard towards him on the bunt. He was trying to get it back out of his glove to his hand, and the throw just went a little bit up the 1st base line. And it leads to a run scored, and now the Tigers have batted around without an out on them. It's a 7-0 game. Top of the 3rd. And we might have a pitching change. We'll take a break, and we'll be back with more baseball here as the Tigers still threatening to score more on the McAlester Buffaloes. 7-0 our score. Runners at 2nd and 3rd with nobody out. You're listening to McAlester Baseball here on K.
Here at Reagan Auto, we offer a variety of services for your vehicle needs. AC and heat repair, brakes, tires, front end repair, alignments, electrical repair, and everything in between. We are proud to offer a select line of engines and transmissions backed by a 3-year, 100,000-mile nationwide warranty. Give us a call at 918-715-3236 or stop by and speak to one of our advisors about how we can help. 306 East Wyandotte in McAlester. From the team at Reagan Auto, thanks for your business.
Hey guys, it's Sam from St. Walters Walters Freedom Ford in McAlester and Eufaula. With 2 locations to choose from, we have close to 200 vehicles on the ground and coming in. And with vehicles starting at $29.95, we have something for everyone. And if you need parts or service, we are loading up at both locations to serve you better. Plus, with our mobile service van and our pickup and delivery, we can help you with sales and service no matter where you are. So come see us at Sam Walters Freedom Ford in McAlester and Eufaula and let us make it happen for you.
My wife makes the best lasagna, even in that old kitchen of ours. She deserves the best kitchen money can buy, but all our cash was tied up. So we went to the Bank N.A. for a loan for our kitchen remodel, and the folks at the Bank N.A. came through for us and our family. Plus, the Bank N.A. is local, so the money stays in town. Call 918-423-2265 or go into the Bank N.A. to get your loan for whatever your family wants or needs. The Bank N.A. Strong, secure, and ready to loan. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Tire and Auto says come meet our new owner, Dylan Hackler. We're a Michelin dealer and we're stocked up with Cooper, Toyo, Hankook, and Max's Buckshot Mutters and Farm and ATV tires. Tire light on? We can fill your tires with nitrogen. We do brakes, alignments, struts, and oil changes too. You'll appreciate our fast, friendly service. All work's guaranteed and estimates are free. OK Tire and Auto, 801 North 1st, McAlester. Call 918-423-2121. Good luck, Buffs. Have a great season.
It has just simply been a hit parade for the Tahlequah Tigers at the top of the 3rd inning, and they have batted around already here in this 3rd inning, and we're seeing something we didn't expect to see. The Tigers up 7-0 early on the McAlester Buffaloes, like Costco, scoring their runs in bulk here in the 3rd. And it is after 2 scoreless innings by both of our teams, the Tigers are imposing their will, and we have a call to the bullpen. This call to the bullpen brought to you by Jet Tire Service. They have been serving Pittsburgh County and beyond since 1962. They offer 18 major tire brands, and it's now Aiden Shumway on the mound for the Buffaloes. He has an 0-1 record. He has 1 save to his name. Has pitched in 9 2/3 innings. Has a 3.62 ERA, 13 strikeouts to 6 walks, a 176 batting average against him, and 49% first pitch strike percentage. But you've learned here against the Tigers here early that what you've done before does not matter here. It's because Les now was cruising. We were talking about how he hadn't allowed a run in almost a full month, and then the Tigers just had the better of them today. Sometimes teams have your number, and today the Tigers had Les Now's number, but that is not – I don't think it's indicative of how good of a pitcher Les Now is. You've seen over the last 4 seasons how good he's been for the Buffaloes. Just some days teams have your number, and today, so far, the Tigers have the Buffaloes. But McAlester has been down by similar runs before and with less time to get back into the game. They need to cut the damage down now. Back to the top of the order, runners at 2nd and 3rd for Aiden Shumway. First pitch from Shumway, technically out of the pen, misses a little bit outside, ball 1. So let's look at our defensive changes. We have Mullins moving from 3rd over to 1st. We have moving from short to 3rd is Gunnar Hodgel, and from the mound to shortstop is Caden Lesnow. Obviously, Shumway went from 1st to the mound. The 1-0 pitch. This one will catch the outside corner to Cutter Gardner. He got this thing started. It was a single earlier this inning. And then it went single, single, walk, double, single, triple, double, walk, E5. 1-1 is the count. And the pitch from the southpaw Shumway. Curveball crosses the knees, and that'll be strike 2. Tahlequah's not really agreeing with the strike call, but it looked like where it crossed at the knees. Again, it's a looping curveball there for Shumway. And Coach Meadows was thinking that was strike 3. The first pitch was a ball. His signal, when he's signaling it's outside, it kind of looks like a strike call, but he signaled it was outside. The count is 1 ball, 2 strikes. McAlester fans aren't agreeing with it, but the first pitch, he did call a ball. It was pretty clearly. So they're saying that should be strike 3. It's not. It's a 1 ball, 2 strike count. At least it should be. Scoreboard showing 2-1, but it should be 1-2 based on what I'm seeing. 1-2 from Shumway. Curveball. That one misses outside. See, if you're watching the video stream, it looks like, they're calling it. Is that 3 balls, 1 strike? If that's the case, then I understand why McAllister's upset from the dugout. He called the second pitch a strike. Very clearly called the second pitch a strike. Here's the 3-1. This will be fouled back almost into the glove of Phillips. Huge cut from Gardner, and the count moves to full at 3-2. Yeah, I think that's just a mix-up. But, again, it happens to all of us. It's okay. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Shumway comes set. And the 3-2 to Gerdner. He goes after a curveball, shallow right field. Chasing out after it is Clark. Clark making the catch. Runner just faked a tag up from third. So did the runner at second. But again, Clark for the second time this inning just delivering a dart and keeping runners from advancing. So the Buffaloes get their first out of the inning in the 10th batter that they face. Brings up Chance Payer, who is a switch hitter for the Tahlequah Tigers, who was batting from the left side against the righty Caden Lesnow, now goes to the right side against the lefty Aiden Shumway. From the left side, he has a double and a single. So the first pitch from the right side is now going to be a base, well, maybe not a base hit, as there's going to be a line drive to the lefty Lauerman. Here's the throw to the cutoff man to the plate. It's a 2-for-1 special. The Buffaloes get out of trouble after they score 7 runs in the 3rd inning. But again, McAlester has come back from similar deficits before with less time. It needs to start now. The comeback needs to start going to the bottom of the 3rd. It was well struck by Chance Payer, but it was a line drive straight to Jackson Lauerman. He hit his cutoff man, Gunnar Hodgel, and Hodgel fired home. That is how you do it. It's a 7-5-2 double play after the line drive, and the Buffaloes will get to go back to the plate. And they'll have the top of the order to do it. If you want to start a rally, this is how it starts. 7-0 McAlester trails here on KNED.
Graduation is only a month away.
And Fenton Nissan of McAlester has some great deals to celebrate the graduate of your family.
Come get a 2024 Nissan Kicks for only $299 a month.
Or come get a 2024 Nissan Sentra for only $299 a month.
And remember, we don't just sell great vehicles, we buy them too.
Don't forget to tell them Maddie sent ya. Fenton Nissan is your best deal dealer. Shop us online now at
Angel's Diner
fentonnissan.com.
Steakhouse and Pub serves great breakfasts all day and juicy burgers too. Angel's Diner also serves brick oven pizza on Friday and Saturday nights from 5 p.m. to close. Angel's Steaks are certified Angus beef, and the pub offers beer, wine, and mixed drinks. Breakfast, lunch, and dinner make it Angel's Diner Steakhouse and Pub, 1402 South George 9 Expressway, McAlester. Call 918-423-2633. Open Monday through Saturday, 7 a.m. to 9 p.m., Sundays 8 a.m. to 2 p.m.
Hi, my name
Like
is
us
Gail,
on
and I
Facebook.
invite you to T&W Tire, an Oklahoma-based company formed in 1987. In 2020, T&W Tire acquired the McAlester location, where Doug and I have worked for over 20 years, providing service to McAlester and the surrounding areas. Our trained technicians continue to provide quality service for brakes, suspension, and alignments, along with 24-hour road service. We carry Goodyear, Michelin, and many other brands to fit your budget. Stop by T&W Tire, Highway 69 and Peaceable Road, McAlester. Call 918-426-6571. Go Buffs!
Well, it's been a little while since Levi Kelly got into the mound for the Tahlequah Tigers, but usually you can see your comeback chances the inning after, or the half inning after a big inning by the opponent. Let's see how McAlester can respond to giving up a 7th spot in the 3rd. First pitch to Gunnar Hodgel is high for ball 1. So the Buffaloes have had 1 hit so far. Kelly has hit 1 batter, he's walked 1 batter, and that'll happen from the 3 to 5 batters in the lineup. 1-0 to Hodgel. Fastball, I believe that's a called ball. Yes, 2-0 on the low outside pitch. 2 balls, no strikes to Hodgel. Next pitch, as he checks, and he went around. Yeah, I know McAlester people in the dugout, they're yelling, "No, he didn't." That looked like it crossed the plane. 2 balls, 1 strike. Kelly deals the 2-1. So he popped up. Looks like this will maybe get back into play as the wind takes it just behind the press box here along the first base side, and the count moves to 2-2. 2 balls, 2 strikes, and Gunnar Hodgel batting .364 on the season, .479 on base percentage. Trying to start a rally here, down 7 in the bottom of the 3rd. 2-2 pitch. And he gets the inside corner, got him looking with the off speed. 3rd strikeout of the day for Levi Kelly. And it brings up Caden Lesnow. He grounded out to the second baseman his first time up. Buffalo's down to the Tigers 7-0, bottom of the 3rd. A wind up in the pitch to Lesnow. This one misses way high on the off-speed pitch. 1 ball, no strikes. What the Buffaloes need to look at, the Tigers had an inning for the ages. But what the Buffaloes need to realize, hey, if they can do it in 1 inning, we can do it in 4. As the next pitch misses high for ball 2. They got to keep the course. I don't think there's anybody else that you really – well, actually, they have 5 more innings to try to do it. So they have a lot of time to be able to come up and come back from this deficit. As here's the 2-0. It's a high fly ball carrying towards right field. Sampson chasing after, so is the center fielder Robinson. He calls off the right fielder Sampson and makes the catch in the alleyway for out number 2. And that brings up Gandon Mullins. Now, he started a possible rally back in the first with the walk. Phillips followed it up with a single. Shumway was the hit by pitch. But again, Kelly was able to get out of it early. The energy is still high in the McAlester dugout. You can still hear them yelling kind of in between pitches. As the first pitch will skip into the catcher pair for ball 1. Kelly the 1-0. Fastball misses high, ball 2. Mullins drew the walk his last time up. That was his 11th walk of the year. What's crazy is that's good for second on the team, but he's still 6 behind the next highest person. Here's the 2-0. Be fouled backwards, and that'll be strike 1. 2 balls, 1 strike to Gandon Mullins with 2 down, nobody on for the Buffaloes. And time will be called by Mullins. And if you're a Tahlequah fan watching right now, you're looking at this and thinking, hey, if we can hold on and have a big blow to McAlester like this. Here's the 2-1 pitch to Mullins as the fastball misses low for ball 3. You're thinking that this is a statement. This isn't just a statement to, Coweta. This is a statement to Sepulpa, who a lot of people before the season started said, hey, they're the heavy favorites to win the district. It's the 3-1. Fills his zone for strike 2, catching the outside corner. Counts now full at 3-2. That if anything, that tells Sepulpa, don't count your chickens before your eggs hatch. The 3-2 to Gandon Mullins. This will miss down low, and he draws another walk. Both walks that Levi Kelly has issued today has been to Gandon Mullins. Braden Phillips followed it up with the only base hit so far for the Buffs, as McAlester needs to start a 2-out rally. Like I said, you have time to be able to make up the deficit, but with seeing how the Tigers are seeing the ball kind of through the lineup, you don't want to give them more chances to extend their lead and maybe end the game early. First pitch will miss outside, ball 1 to Phillips. A little bit of a different first base holding on the runner stance, and I've seen some people do this, but since the righty Northington is up, he's actually playing in front of the runner, Gandon Mullins, instead of holding him on with the right foot by the bag. As the 1-0, curveball misses low outside for ball 2. Now the reason why is it's like when you are a lefty and you're able to stand off to the side of the bag, it's an easy swipe over to the bag. Now with the righty standing at the first base bag, you can do the same thing with the stance that he has. I know in the video stream you really can't see it right now. 2-0. Another line drive, right center field. Will it go over the leaping second baseman Trammell? No, it won't. A nice hop by Trammell showing off his vertical, and that'll be out number 3. The Buffaloes leave the runner stranded at first base and still trail 7-0. They need a bounce-back inning defensively as we head to the top of the 4th. Tigers lead the Buffs 7-0 here on KNED.
Beat the heat with American Standard Heating and Air Conditioning and Freeze and Flare, your local champs for cool perfection. Proud McAlester Buffalo supporters. Score with financing offers upon approved credit. See dealer for details. Call 918-217-8785 or visit freezeandflare.com to hit it out of the park. Licensed, bonded, and insured. Freeze and Flare, your home comfort, home run. License number 001-44485.
Here at Reagan Auto, we offer a variety of services for your vehicle needs. AC and heat repair, brakes, tires, front end repair, alignments, electrical repair, and everything in between. We are proud to offer a select line of engines and transmissions backed by a 3-year, 100,000-mile nationwide warranty. Give us a call at 918-715-3236 or stop by and speak to one of our advisors about how we can help. 306 East Wyandotte in McAlester. From the team at Reagan Auto, thanks for your business.
Hey guys, it's Sam from Sam Wampler's Freedom Ford in McAlester and Eufaula. With 2 locations to choose from, we have close to 200 vehicles on the ground and coming in. And with vehicles starting at $29.95, we have something for everyone. And if you need parts or service, we are loading up at both locations to serve you better. Plus, with our mobile service van and our pickup and delivery, we can help you with sales and service no matter where you are. So come see us at Sam Wampler's Freedom Ford in McAlester and Eufaula and let us make it happen for you.
Buffalo's trailing the Tahlequah Tigers 7-0 here in the top of the 4th inning. As up to the plate, we're going to be having, looks like the 3-4-5 batters, so the heart of the order for the Tigers. So far today, they, again, went 0 for 3 their first time through the order, and then their second time, 2 for 2 with 3 RBI, including a walk by Beckett Robinson, who is leading off the 4th inning for Tahlequah. Aiden Shumway in for his officially second full inning of work as he came in with nobody out in the 3rd inning and was very efficient. We'll talk about that after this first pitch to Robinson. Lefty deals, first pitch called, strike on the curveball across the knees. Count moves to 0-1. So it went when he came in, runners were at second and third. A fly out to right field, shallow right, kept the runner at third base. So here's the 0-1 from Shumway. This one's going to be a curveball that bounces about 50 feet to Phillips, and the count is even at 1-1. And then, the old trusty double play, a line drive to left field, well hit by Pear. It looked like at first, off the bat, it was going to be a base hit, but it was a line drive to Lauerman, fielded it cleanly, hit his cutoff man, Hodgel, who fired home to get the double play, and the runner trying to tag up from the third base bag. So a quick 3 outs for Shumway. The 1-1 pitch skips in, right off the plate. Count now 2-1. (7-0) the score. Buffs trying to keep it that way until they get up to the plate. 2-1. A big cut from Robinson, and the count moves to 2-2. One thing I'm also noticing, 1 through 9 through the order, the Tigers are all swinging the bat hard. And what that tells me is, A, they have a lot of confidence right now, and B, they have a lot of confidence right now. If you don't think you can hit a guy, you're trying to make contact. Maybe you're not swinging for the fences each swing. So here's the 2-2. Curveball misses the outside corner, and the count moves to full at 3-2. So when you think that you can hit everything that's being thrown at you, you're going to take big cuts, because why not? It's led to a lot of extra base hits here early. It's up to the Buffaloes to stop that momentum, and Shumway did a pretty good job of it coming in for relief. He needs to continue that work here. 3-2. Checking at a high fastball and fouling it back was Robinson, and we'll do it again at 3-2. Robinson has drawn 1 of the 3 walks so far for the Tigers today. And that's another thing. It's not like the Buffaloes played bad defense. It's not like Lesnow gave up a bunch of free passes. It was just base hits for the Tigers. The 3-2 from Shumway. Curveball that just did not leave the hand right, misses upstairs, and that'll be ball 4. 4 walks between 2 batters. Robinson, 0 for 1 with 2 walks. Kelly, back at the 8 hole, 0 for 0 with 2 walks. It brings up to the plate Braden Northington. You also got to tip your cap. Credit where credit is due. The Tahlequah at-bats have been phenomenal, 1 through 9. Even if they've been able to get out, they've forced the opposing pitcher, whether it be Lesnow or Shumway, to work deep into counts, just like that last one with Robinson. First pitch, way outside. Ball 1 to the righty, Northington. He's the one that started the scoring. At first, it looked like it was going to be a bases-clearing double, but the ball, I think, got stuck underneath the fence or got caught behind that batting cage out in left field in foul territory, which led to the ground rule double. It did not lead to the 3 runs scored. That's why they had to bring a runner back over to third base. Pickoff over to first. Not in time. Not a lot of aggressive base running by the Tigers either. There's just been 1 technically stolen base attempt, but it was a base hit at the same time, so there hasn't been a lot of aggressive base running so far. Here he goes here, as I mentioned that, and the pitch is going to be low. As it bounces to Phillip, there's really no play over at second, so the count is 2-0. Had to say something. Puts a runner into scoring position. Two and 0 the count. And the pitch. Be fouled straight back. There'll be strike one. Don't be surprised if you see Robinson take off for third. He took a huge secondary on that last pitch. It's a big leg kick from Shumway. And usually when runners see as big of a kick as Shumway had that last time, they're thinking, hey, if I can just time him up decently, I can take any bagger at one, especially at the high school level. Shumway takes a deep breath. That's a perfect time to pick off over to second. They'll throw over to second, but it won't be in time. But that is the perfect time to do so. I was thinking that after a big secondary, you want to check him out over at the second base bag. Counts 2-1. 2-1 on Northington. Nobody out. Runner at second. Tigers leading 7-0, top of the fourth. Shumway takes a long look at the second base bag, trying to mix up his timing here. Runner does take off for third on the pitch. The curveball's a called strike. The throw down to third, a nice snag by Hodgel keeps him from going into the outfield. And a swipe of third with Beckett Robinson. Counts now 2-2. You can always trust your center fielder to be one of the fastest guys on your team. And he just swipes two bags to get over to third base for a possible sac fly. The 2-2 pitch. Swing and a miss for strike three. Instead, Aiden Shumway says, hey, we'll get an out swinging. And that brings up St. John Sampson. Huge strikeout there for the Buffaloes. Sampson is 1 for 2. He's grounded out to the pitcher and then had an RBI single. And that was a bloop single out to right center field. Corner infielders Hodgel and Mullins are in on the infield turf. First pitch by Shumway is going to be another similar knock that's over to the right side. It's caught by the second baseman Stinchcomb, taken off from third for a moment just to see where the throw would go. Was Robinson, but that'll be out number 2. Almost exactly the same type of strike off the bat from his last at bat with St. John Sampson. This time it hung a little bit further in on the infield turf to allow Stinchcomb to go after it and make the catch. And those are two huge back-to-back outs for Shumway with the runner at third. Brings up Rylan Eagle, who arguably the best hitter today for the Tigers out at the 6th spot. A double and a 2 RBI triple. First pitch. Misses upstairs, ball 1. The first time, though, he's seen the lefty Shumway. One ball, no strikes. He's riding that left-handed batter's box line. He's really crowding the plate right now, semi-deep in the box. Pretty balanced stance. The 1-0 from Shumway. Curveball misses down low. Runner's coming home. Phillips will flip to Shumway, and both of them sliding home, but the runner gets there first. Robinson scores on a ball that just got away from Phillips, but not very far. That went about 5 feet away from Phillips, but what awareness from Beckett Robinson to read the ball as soon as it hit the glove, and he was using great secondary leads too, and it led to him swiping home by just a little bit, and that gets an extra run for the Tigers to make it 8-0. That is what you call manufacturing a run for the Tahlequah Tigers. 2-0 pitch, swing and a miss on the high fastball for strike 1, and as soon as he swung the bat, Rylan Eagle looked up into the sky and said, why'd I swing at that? Count goes to 2-1. So that leads from a walk to 2 stolen bases to taking home on just a barely passed ball. 2-1 pitch. Tries to change the eye level and go low, and the fastball misses below the knees for ball 3. 3 balls, 1 strike. Coming up from Aiden Shumway to Rylan Eagle with 2 down and nobody on. The pitch. And it runs inside on Eagle for ball 4. Brings up Eli Gibson. 8-0 lead on the Buffaloes here. You can also start getting to they're technically calling that a hit by pitch. So saying Ryan Eagle was hit by the pitch there by Aiden Shumway. Shumway takes his time, looks over at first, and deals. First pitch is going to miss upstairs for ball 1. Now, again, weather permitting about the game tomorrow, but you're also keeping an eye on pitch count a little bit here. Of course, Les now would not be able to pitch in tomorrow's game against the Tigers, and if Shumway pitches, well, he's still got 10 more pitches to work with if he can pitch tomorrow. This will be 26 coming up. The 1-0. Curveball crosses the letters for strike 1. 1 ball, 1 strike. So there's also decisions to be made. Do you want to, ride it with Shumway? It's also, I guess you'd also look at how your offense responds in the bottom of the 4th if Shumway can get it out in the next 9 pitches. Scoreboard showing 2-0, but I thought that was a called strike. The 1-1, in my opinion, is going to be swung on and missed for strike 2. Yeah, it's 1-2. Okay. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Runner at first, 2 down. 8-0, the Tigers lead the Buffaloes. Shumway comes to a pause, facing Eli Gibson, who hit an RBI double his previous time up. The 1-2 from Shumway. Curveball misses outside. Not a bad spot. Count moves to even at 2-2. Shumway takes a deep breath as he's getting the signs from Phillips. Pretty far up in the box is Gibson. 2-2, runner takes off for second. The swing and a miss for a strike 3 is Eli Gibson, and that'll be Shumway leaving the runner stranded, but not before the Tigers score another run. So we played half a 7-inning game. McAlester trails the Tigers 8-0. We head to the bottom of the 4th. McAlester needing to start a rally here on KNED.
My wife makes the best lasagna, even in that old kitchen of ours. She deserves the best kitchen money can buy, but all our cash was tied up. So we went to the Bank N.A. for a loan for our kitchen remodel, and the folks at the Bank N.A. came through for us and our family. Plus, the Bank N.A. is local, so the money stays in town. Call 918-423-2265 or go into the Bank N.A. to get your loan for whatever your family wants or needs. The Bank N.A. Strong, secure, and ready to loan. Member FDIC. Equal housing lender.
Tire and Auto says come meet our new owner, Dylan Hackler. We're a Michelin dealer and we're stocked up with Cooper, Toyo, Hankook, and Max's Buckshot Mutters and Farm and ATV tires. Tire light on? We can fill your tires with nitrogen. We do brakes, alignments, struts, and oil changes too. You'll appreciate our fast, friendly service. All work's guaranteed and estimates are free. OK Tire and Auto, 801 North 1st, McAlester. Call 918-423-2121. Good luck, Buffs. Have a great season.
McAlester Buffaloes down right now 8-0 to the Tahlequah Tigers. It was a big inning. It was the top of the 3rd that has separated the two teams. It was a 7-run top of the 3rd. They get 1 run again in the 4th, but the Buffaloes looking to get on the board themselves. They've only been able to get 1 hit so far. And Aiden Shumway, now your pitcher, will try to get things started for McAlester. He was hit by a pitch his first time up. He is your team leader in batting average of .500. And his on-base percentage creeps up a little bit more after that hit by pitch in his previous plate appearance. He was at .581 coming into today. Levi Kelly in for his 4th inning of work, and the first pitch. Line straight to the press box / dugout first base line for strike 1. Count 0-1. Kelly will wind and deliver the 0-1 pitch. Curveball, called strike 2. Kelly, as the game has gone along, he's, again, just looked really good. Only 1 hit given up so far, the 0-2. Swing and a miss for strike 3. And that's going to break another streak by Aiden Shumway. He had not struck out in a long time. The last strikeout that he had was 15 games ago. I think, as I'm going back, that breaks a 24 at-bat streak of no strikeouts for Aiden Shumway. That's just the kind of day it's gone for the Buffs. Spencer Stinchcomb will swing hard at the first pitch, but comes up empty for strike one. Counts 0-1. The strikeout of Shumway was the fourth one by Levi Kelly today. A lot of pop-ups today by the Buffs, too. Next pitch misses upstairs for ball one. Let's see, out of their outs, only one of them have been on the ground. The 1-1 fills the zone. That'll be strike two. The 4-3 ground out to Lesnow was the only ground out the Buffaloes have had today. The rest of them have been strikeouts or flyouts. 1-2 pitch. That one misses outside. Count goes to 2-2. Kelly was starting to strut off the mound a little bit, but doesn't get the strike three call. Count goes to 2-2. Stinchcomb flied out to the first baseman. Back in the first. 2-2 pitch. Swings and misses for strike three. It's back-to-back strikeouts by Levi Kelly. And he's hit his stride here in the fourth. I mean, I think he was early in the game, too. But he's just gotten better and better as the game's gone along. Brings up Ethan Watkins. Buffaloes need a little bit of energy right now offensively against a team that does not give up a lot of runs. First pitch. Curveball, strike one. Tahlequah, they're looking for their 7th district shutout of the season. So here's the 0-1. Curveball, ooh, they're going to give him the high strike call. That looked like that crossed above the letters, and the count moves to 0-2 on Watkins. Kelly tries to strike out the side, the pitch. Fastball outside, 1 ball, 2 strikes. Watkins struck out looking his first time up. Sun almost fully set. The lights are on at Mike Deak Field. 1-2 pitch. This is inside. Crossed the knees but missed inside, and the count moves to 2-2. Third baseman Gibson playing back and riding the third base line. 2-2 to Watkins. Gives it a ride to center field. At first, Robinson couldn't see it. Now finds it and makes the catch for out number 3. The Buffaloes go 3 up, 3 down in the bottom of the 4th inning to send us to the 5th. McAlester trailing 8-0 here on K.
Graduation is only a month away.
And Fenton Nissan of McAlester has some great deals to celebrate the graduate of your family.
Come get a 2024 Nissan Kicks for only $299 a month.
Or come get a 2024 Nissan Sentra for only $299 a month.
And remember, we don't just sell great vehicles, we buy them too.
Don't forget to tell them Maddie sent ya. Fenton Nissan is your best deal dealer. Shop us online now at fentonnissan.com.
Angel's Diner, Steakhouse, and Pub serves great breakfasts all day and juicy burgers too. Angel's Diner also serves brick oven pizza on Friday and Saturday nights from 5 p.m. to close. Angel's Steaks are certified Angus beef, and the pub offers beer, wine, and mixed drinks. Breakfast, lunch, and dinner, make it Angel's Diner, Steakhouse, and Pub. 1402 South George Knight Expressway, McAlester. Call 918-423-2633. Open Monday through Saturday, 7 a.m. to 9 p.m., Sundays, 8 a.m. to 2 p.m.
Hi, my name is Gail, and I invite you to T&W Tire, an Oklahoma-based company formed in 1987. In 2020, T&W Tire acquired the McAlester location, where Doug and I have worked for over 20 years, providing service to McAlester and the surrounding areas. Our trained technicians continue to provide quality service for brakes, suspension, and alignments, along with 24-hour road service. We carry Goodyear, Michelin, and many other brands to fit your budget. Stop by T&W Tire, Highway 69 and Peaceable Road, McAlester. Call 918-426-6571. Go Buffs!
Welcome back to McAlester, Oklahoma. You're listening to Buffalo Baseball. Buffaloes are trailing 8-0 right now, and just what has been a rough stretch of 3 games for McAlester. They had a 7-game winning streak come to an end against, I'm going to go ahead and say it, the best team in 6A as of right now, the Choctaw Yellow Jackets, who've only lost 1 game, and that was to Bixby, which they came back and beat Bixby by a run rule. And then after that, Norman, again, another great 6A team, beat McAlester, and it's been all Tahlequah here today on a Monday. First pitch will miss outside, ball 1 to Levi Kelly. 1-0 the count. So Aiden Shumway in for his 3rd inning of work, and more than likely, Shumway is going to go over his pitch count to possibly pitch tomorrow is the 1-0. We'll miss upstairs for ball 2. That's okay. If you want to come back and win this game, again, McAlester has, I think the last time that they came back from a similar deficit was a 6-run deficit against the Red Oak Eagles, but they came back to win 11-7 as the 2-0 will miss the outside corner to move the count to 3-0. Last time they came back from that deficit, again, they scored, 10 runs in 1 inning. I think they scored all 10 of their runs to be able to come back to win that game. So McAlester can score in bulk if they start to get it rolling, but the issue is getting it rolling right now as the next pitch catches the outside corner for strike 1. 3 balls, 1 strike to Levi Kelly, who has walked twice already. I don't know what it is about Kelly and the Buffaloes, but they have not been able to get a strike on him, really. The 3-1. This one will be popped up in the infield. Who wants it? Shumway calls everyone off, and the pitcher takes it himself. About 20 feet up the first base line, Shumway makes the catch, and that's out number 1.
The second baseman, Tate Trammell.
And as you heard, Mr. Larry Barnett brings up Tate Trammell. He's over 2. He's popped out to the pitcher, and he's reached on an E5, but he's attempted to bunt both times he's been up to the plate. 8-0 Tigers lead, top of the 5th. Here's the windup in the pitch from Shumway. Ground ball up the middle. Diving attempt by Stinchcomb, but it's into the outfield turf. And that's another base hit for the Tigers. It's their 9th of the game. Back to the top of the order. That did break up 8 consecutive batters. Rather, take that back. That broke up 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That looked like it broke up 10 consecutive batters without a hit, though, for the Tigers after they were having a hit party back in the 3rd. Hopefully here in the 5th it's not contagious. Carter Girdner comes up. He's 1 for 3. He's flown out to the second baseman, singled, and flown out to right. Not much of a lead at first base. First pitch. Big cut, swinging and missing for strike 1. Count 0-1 on Girdner, which if McAlester does not score in the bottom of the 5th inning, Girdner right now would represent the winning run for Tahlequah. It's an 8-0 ball game, top of the 5th, 1 down. The pitch from Shumway. Curveball misses up and outside for ball 1. And looking at Shumway, kind of just looking away from the pitch. He knows it just didn't leave his hand right. 1-1 the count. Shumway peeks over at first a few times, and will throw over to first. There's not much lead. There's not much of a lead by any of these Tahlequah runners. It really feels like, but still, the great jumps that they've had have allowed them to steal some bases, including Beckett Robinson. Really, he's been the only aggressive base runner so far. 1-1. Line drive down the left field line, but well foul. I mean, by well foul, I mean by about 4 or 5 feet. But you heard how loud that ping of the bat was. Girdner saw that all the way. Count is now 1-2. Wind has stopped blowing. All of our flags in center field are just at a standstill. 1-2 the count. Getting about a 5-foot lead, if that, for the runner at first. The 1-2 pitch. Line drive, right field, another base hit. One hopper into Jordan Clark. Taking second will be Trammell, and it's runners at first and second with 1 down.
Now batting the catcher, Chance Pear.
Brings up Chance Pear. He has hit the ball hard all 3 times he's come up. He's hit a double, a single, and even the time he got out, which led to a double play, he hit it straight to Jackson Lauerman. Dangerous bat in the lineup. Runners at first and second with 1 down. The 10th base hit of the game for the Tahlequah Tigers. Shumway pauses, looks at second. Back at home, and the pitch. Goes with the slide step. Does not get the call. Misses low and inside. Ball 1. It's been total domination by the Tahlequah Tigers here on this Eclipse Day, Monday, April the 8th. (1-0) from Shumway. Girdball misses inside, and the count goes to 2-0. Looked really good that time from Shumway. And just based on the body language of McAlester in the dugout, they thought that should have been a strike. Counts 2-0. And the pitch. Fastball misses upstairs, ball 3. 3-0 the count to Chance Payer out of the 2-hole. Beckett Robinson's on deck, who's 0 for 1 with 2 walks. And Tahlequah starts to get a little loud. The 3-0 pitch. 3-0 swinging. Ground ball down the third base line. Gets past the diving third baseman Hodgel. 1 run's going to score. They will hold the runner up over at third. Payer making his way to second. And it'll be an RBI double by Chance Payer, who continues to rake. 3 consecutive hits by the Tahlequah Tigers makes this a 9-0 game. They have scored in 3 consecutive innings. And now Beckett Robinson up at the plate. If McAlester cannot score in the bottom of the 5th, that would represent the winning run, and that is why McAllister's infield is coming in on the infield turf to try to keep that runner where he's at. Robinson again 0 for 1 with 2 walks. Buffaloes have struggled at the plate after having a really good 7-game stretch of some runs, and they're going to intentionally walk Beckett Robinson to bring up Braden Northington, who had a 2 RBI double. He got the hitting started. He's popped out to the shortstop, 2 RBI double and a strikeout. But again, McAlester with only 2 runs now at the plate in the last 14 innings. Granted, the 2 teams that they play, all 3 teams have been really good teams. It's the first pitch. We'll miss outside for ball 1. But as we mentioned coming into today, these are the games this week, next week, week after that. They're going to separate really the men from the boys. Who's going to be the top half of 5A forward, who's going to be traveling when districts come. Every team's going to be tough from here on out. 1-0 pitch. Be fouled straight back, and the count moves to 1 ball and 1 strike. And Tahlequah, I don't think McAlester, again, 1 mistake by McAlester, but the rest of it has been Tahlequah going and taking it. That has been the difference. Tahlequah has gone and taken it. McAlester hasn't really given it to him. Tahlequah has played a fantastic game today. 1-1. Swing and a miss on the high fastball. Count goes to 1-2. Still only 1 down. Force out of every base after the intentional walk to Beckett Robinson. Big pitch coming up here from Shumway. The 1-2. Misses up high. And count now 2-2. Still got a couple more pitches to work with. 2-2. 9-0 Tigers lead top of the 5th. Shumway kicks, delivers. That one misses well high too, and the count is now full. 3 balls, 2 strikes. So a runner at every bag, nowhere to put him. For Braden Northington. St. John Sampson is 1 for 3 with an RBI on deck. Here we go. The payoff from Shumway. Fly ball, left center field. Diving on Watkins. It's going to 1-hop into Watkins. Here comes the throw in from center field. It's up the third base line. A run's going to score. The runner advances from second over to third, and it's an RBI single for Braden Northington. And it brings up St. John Sampson. Now it's official. If McAlester cannot score in the bottom of the 5th, that'll be ball game. And McAlester still needs to get 2 more outs. This is also going to be a weird stat. McAlester went 16-22 last year, and they went on a 13-game losing streak, but they did not lose more than 2 games by run rule. They only lost 2 games the entire season by run rule last year. Here, the windup in the first pitch. First pitch, swinging high fly ball, right center field. Clark is going to get underneath this one. Tagging will be the runner at third. Here's the throw in from the right fielder, Clark. It'll be cut off by Mullins, and that's another insurance run here for the Tigers. Runner advances from second over to third as well. And that's a sac fly for St. John Sampson. to bring up Rylan Eagle, who's 2 for 2 with a 2 RBI triple. He also has a double. 11-0 Tigers lead. But that's what's wild. McAlester is now staring down a possible 3rd run rule in a row when they only had 2 last year, all of last year. It's just been a rough stretch for McAlester after their last win, which was on Thursday, and a good 8-3 win over Midwest City. First pitch curveball misses inside, ball 1. But I think if there's anything to show in this one, again, people are going to look at the score and think, did McAlester just play poorly? And no, it was Tahlequah playing well. I think, if anything, this is more of a testament to how good Tahlequah is and a statement to the rest of the state about them, as the 1-0 will be fouled off and move the count to 1-1. I think it's more of a testament to how dangerous they can become May, and not as much as, well, McAlester, don't worry about them, because I'm telling you, if you treat McAlester, this is just a warning to other teams probably going to be watching this maybe, that if you're going to treat McAlester as, well, we can just roll over them for the rest of the top half of the district, you're going to be wrong. Here's the 1-1 against the lefty that will miss down low for ball 2 to Rylan Eagle. 2 balls, 1 strike. Two and 1 to count. 2 down. I don't even get a hot dog on my birthday. What the heck? 2-1 pitch. Swing and a miss for strike 2. So did y'all. Derek's saying y'all got cupcakes, though. Yeah, but what is it you're working on? No, I'm good. Have it. I'm probably going to have something after this. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Buffalo's trying to get to the plate. Down 11. It's top of the 5th with runners at the corners. The pitch to Eagle. And that one will be fouled off as well. Looked like Shumway brought his highest velocity on that last pitch. That's what we call gripping it and ripping it. Count still 2-2. On deck is Eli Gibson, who has 2 strikeouts and an RBI double. Shumway will do it again. 2-2 pitch. Goes to the curveball, misses low. Full count, 3 balls, 2 strikes. Really, the hitting of the Tigers, that's what's also crazy. It's come in waves. Like, at times they're just not getting hits. They'll go a long stretch, and then all of a sudden one guy will get a hit, and then 4 more will follow. 3-2, runner takes off from first. The pitch is a pop-up and out of play behind the Hughes Field house down the third base left field line. So retreating back over to first will be Braden Northington. And we'll do it again at 3-2. The runner at first will take off again, playing all the way deep at first, not holding on the runner as Mullins. 3-2 again. Pops it up. This one might be playable. Hodgel chasing out after it near the McAlester dugout. Slides, and it lands just past the fencing in the dugout. Again, Hodgel was on a full sprint. If that ball hung up in the air a little bit longer, he wouldn't have had to slide. I think he could have reached over the railing and got to that ball. But it didn't hang up in the air long enough. Hodgel gave it as much of a hustle play as he could. And still staying alive is the lefty Rylan Eagle. Eagle trying to cash in another insurance run here. 3-2, runner takes off again. This one's fouled off again. And right now, I don't think anyone wants this at bat to end more than Braden Northington. He has ran from first to second now about 3 or 4 times, and he looks back at his batter, and he says, he used the hand motions, settle down, let me get my breath a little bit. Calm down. Like, give me just like 5 seconds. He's got his hands on his hips right now. He still says, hey, come on, get a hit. I'd rather you hit a ball, get a hit than strike out. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Shumway begs to differ. We'll do it again. The runner takes off again. This one's fouled off again. Northington back to the first base bag. And he's not even jogging anymore. He's just walking back over to first. Yeah, I hope that he wore his Apple Watch, because he's probably he can log all these. He'll see all the steps he got in for sure. He's got a big smile. He looks back up to his batter and says, hey, if it means that you're going to stay alive, keep doing it. Just maybe get a hit here soon is what Northington at first is hoping for. 3-2 again. Another foul ball straight to the backstop. You've got to be kidding me. That is the 5th one in a row with the count 3-2. Northington back to the first base bag. He'll take off again with the pitch. What a battle we've had here between Shumway and Ryland Eagle. The 3-2 again. Ground ball right side. Sliding stop by Stinchcomb from his knees. Fires over to first to get the runner. And Shumway wins the long battle. But that does not mean McAlester has won the war. They need 2 runs to keep this game alive. Down 11-0 heading to the home half of the 5th. As for the Tigers, Levi Kelly trying to finish what he started. You're listening to McAlester Baseball here on K.
Beat the heat with American Standard Heating and Air Conditioning and Freeze and Flare, your local champs for cool perfection. Proud McAlester Buffalo supporters. Score with financing offers upon approved credit. See dealer for details. Call 918-217-8785 or visit freezeandflare.com to hit it out of the park. Licensed, bonded, and insured. Freeze and Flare, your home comfort, home run. License number 001-44485.
Here at Reagan Auto, we offer a variety of services for your vehicle needs. AC and heat repair, brakes, tires, front end repair, alignments, electrical repair, and everything in between. We are proud to offer a select line of engines and transmissions backed by a 3-year, 100,000-mile nationwide warranty. Give us a call at 918-715-3236 or stop by and speak to one of our advisors about how we can help. 306 East Wyandotte in McAlester. From the team at Reagan Auto, thanks for your business.
Hey guys, it's Sam from Sam Walters Freedom Ford in McAlester and Eufaula. With 2 locations to choose from, we have close to 200 vehicles on the ground and coming in. And with vehicles starting at $29.95, we have something for everyone. And if you need parts or service, we are loading up at both locations to serve you better. Plus, with our mobile service van and our pickup and delivery, we can help you with sales and service no matter where you are. So come see us at Sam Walters Freedom Ford in McAlester and Eufaula and let us make it happen for you.
Welcome back. The McAlester Buffaloes down to their final 3 outs unless they can score 2 runs in the bottom of the 5th. It'll be the 8-9-1 batters trying to do it. First pitch to Jackson Morgan. Fastball misses upstairs for ball 1. Again, in district play, it's 10 runs after 5 innings. McAlester has been run-ruled in back-to-back games, and again, after being run-ruled just twice last year and in danger of being run-ruled for a 3rd time in a row. As this 1-0 pitch will be swung on and missed for strike 1. McAllister's had a great season. They're 14-6, but it's been a rough 3 games for them. Now, you can pin Friday and Saturday's games on poor play, as the 1-1 will be fouled off and the count will move down to 1 ball and 2 strikes on Jackson Morgan. But today, Tahlequah has just gone and taken it, and they're trying to finish the job and to stay perfect in district play. McAlester staring down their first loss in the district column. The 1-2. Swing and a miss for strike 3. Got him on the bender, pulled the string on Jackson Morgan. That's a 6th strikeout for Levi Kelly. McAlester down to their final 2 outs. It brings up Jackson Lauerman. He flew out to the 3rd baseman, Gibson. That was back in the 2nd inning. 11-0, McAlester trailing. First pitch to Lauerman misses for ball 1. Scheduled to have game 2 tomorrow, but again, we have a bunch of rain supposed to be coming through. Overnight is the 1-0. Be a fastball missing low for ball 2. Supposed to be played at 5:30 in Tahlequah. The last update that I looked, there is supposed to be, on and off rain is what they officially call it in the afternoon tomorrow. So it's a 2-0 to Lauerman. He'll be checked at and fouled off for strike 1. 2 balls, 1 strike. So it's on and off rain is what they're calling for, and as long as we can keep the field, clean and clear and not, muddy, they might try to fit that game in tomorrow in between the shower intervals. Well, we'll see what happens. A 2-1 to Lauerman. High hit fly ball carrying towards deep right field, but Sampson will get underneath and make the catch for out number 2. Say deep right field. I'm used to the wind blowing 20 to 30 miles an hour like it's done the last couple of weeks. And that'll be out number 2. Brings up the top of the order. McAlester down to their final out. Gunnar Hodgel is 0 for 2 with 2 strikeouts. Kelly trying to go the complete game. First pitch. Misses low for ball 1. Again, the Tigers, they're on the doorstep of having their 7th district shutout of the season. Just incredible. They've only allowed 2 runs all district play so far, as this one will be fouled off for strike 1. I don't care who you're playing. To be able to shut out 7 teams out of the 9 teams that you're playing, or 9 games that you played, is pretty crazy. 7 out of your 9 district games shutout wins. That's what they're going for here with the count 1-1 on Gunnar Hodgel. Swing and a miss. That'll move the count to 1-2. Is that what you have, Austin? 1 ball, 2 strikes. Buffalo's down to their final strike. Kelly shakes off Pear for the win. The 1-2 pitch. Swing and a miss for strike 3. And Tahlequah blanks the McAlester Buffaloes in game 1. 11-0 the final score. A statement win for the Tahlequah Tigers. Run rule victory over the McAlester Buffaloes, as McAlester falls to 14-7. And now 8-1 in district play. The Tahlequah Tigers, they improved to 14-6. And still a perfect 9-0 in district play. McAlester will try to get back on them as it stands right now tomorrow at 5:30. We'll take a break and recap this when we come back. You're listening to McAlester Baseball on KNED.
My wife makes the best lasagna, even in that old kitchen of ours. She deserves the best kitchen money can buy, but all our cash was tied up. So we went to the Bank N.A. for a loan for our kitchen remodel, and the folks at the Bank N.A. came through for us and our family. Plus, the Bank N.A. is local, so the money stays in town. Call 918-423-2265 or go into the Bank N.A. to get your loan for whatever your family wants or needs. The Bank N.A. Strong, secure, and ready to loan. Member FDIC. Equal housing lender.
Tire and Auto says come meet our new owner, Dylan Hackler. We're a Michelin dealer and we're stocked up with Cooper, Toyo, Hankook, and Max's Buckshot Mutters and Farm and ATV tires. Tire light on? We can fill your tires with nitrogen. We do brakes, alignments, struts, and oil changes too. You'll appreciate our fast, friendly service. All work's guaranteed and estimates are free. OK Tire and Auto, 801 North 1st, McAlester. Call 918-423-2121. Good luck, Buffs. Have a great season.
Graduation is only a month away.
And Finn Nissan of McAlester has some great deals to celebrate the graduate of your family.
Come get a 2024 Nissan Kicks for only $299 a month.
Or come get a 2024 Nissan Sentra for only $299 a month.
And remember, we don't just sell great vehicles, we buy them too.
Don't forget to tell them Maddie sent ya. Fenton Nissan is your best deal dealer. Shop us online now at fentonnissan.com.
Angel's Diner, Steakhouse, and Pub serves great breakfasts all day and juicy burgers too. Angel's Diner also serves brick oven pizza on Friday and Saturday nights from 5 p.m. to close. Angel's Steaks are certified Angus beef, and the pub offers beer, wine, and mixed drinks. Breakfast, lunch, and dinner, make it Angel's Diner, Steakhouse, and Pub. 1402 South George 9 Expressway, McAlester. Call 918-423-2633. Open Monday through Saturday, 7 a.m. to 9 p.m., Sundays, 8 a.m. to 2 p.m. Like us on Facebook.
Welcome back to Pittsburgh County here at Mike Deak Field in McAlester, Oklahoma. The McAlester Buffaloes fall 11-0 in 5 innings. McAllister's offense has struggled over the last 3 games. They have been outscored in 3 games now. That is 32-2. And it's just been a tough 3 games for McAlester, to put it lightly. It started with the 10-1 loss to Choctaw back on Friday. Then they fell to the Norman Tigers 11-1 on Saturday, and now they get shut out by a dominant performance by the Tahlequah Tigers and Levi Kelly here on Monday. A team that was in 6A have moved down to 5A, and with the addition now of head coach Cody Pear, they are looking good. That's to put it lightly. They defeated the defending state runner-ups Bishop Kelly back on Friday 5-2. And, yeah, not just a 1-run win, not just a 2-run win. They beat them by 3 runs. And so the Tigers, with the kind of win that they had against an undefeated district team in the McAlester Buffaloes, I think that is a statement win for the Tahlequah Tigers. I think it's a win to tell the rest of the district, watch out. But McAlester is hoping that is not a statement loss for them, if you know what I'm saying. What I'm trying to say there is that the the Buffaloes need to have a bounce-back win, and they need to have a pretty good one here pretty soon, because if they don't, then that's going to lead to Sepulpa and Coweta, who you play in consecutive weeks, that we'll be able to roll over McAlester. Tahlequah did it. We can do it too. And like I said earlier in the broadcast, I don't think that this loss now, you can look at the loss on Friday and Saturday against Choctaw and Norman. And, yes, Norman did get, I think it was 12 or 13 hits, similar to what the Tahlequah Tigers had today. But you can look at both of those games and say McAlester didn't play their best ball. McAlester kicked the ball around, and they just played poor to their standards and didn't uphold their standards of play. But today was a different story, in which McAlester only had one error. It didn't lead to, I think it led to only one run of those scored. Now, the one thing that you can look at for McAlester over the last few games that needs to improve, and it's their hitting. I mean, they have now had 7 hits in 3 games, and 5 of those hits came in one game against Choctaw. So McAlester needs to get the sticks rolling again. That is something that's going to need to improve if you're going to hang with the top half of 5A4, and I think that was the wake-up call today. I mean, you can look at Choctaw and you can look at Norman and say, well, they're tough 6A teams. We're not always going to get to see pitchers like that. Today might have been the wake-up call to some McAlester players that Levi Kelly is a solid district pitcher for the Tahlequah Tigers, and that's what we're going to see for the last 5 games of district play. You're going to see really solid pitchers. You don't get to undefeated or only 1 loss in district play behind not good pitchers. So kudos to the Tigers. They were able to strike early and often after a scoreless 2 innings. They scored 7 runs in the 3rd, and really all off of base hits, and they're hitting them hard too. A lot of extra base hits, and it put this game away early. The Buffaloes were not able to respond offensively, and a 3 spot in the top of the 5th put McAlester down 11-0 at the time, and they just could not respond. Put the ball in play, a lot of pop-ups today, but again, they got to be able to manufacture runs. They had a chance to strike at, and this is where I was talking about, where it didn't hurt McAlester against Durant, but it'll hurt you against teams like Tahlequah. What I was mentioning earlier in the season is that you had a chance to get on Levi Kelly and set the mood and set the tone early in the first inning. McAlester had the bases loaded but could not score. Now, I'm not saying that, there's all the time in Major League Baseball, you don't see people score every time they have the bases loaded. But you want to make sure that you take advantage of those opportunities if you can. And if you don't, like I said, it's not every at-bat that you're expecting to get hits there, especially against good pitchers like Levi Kelly. The difference in today was Tahlequah made the most out of their opportunities to be able to get this game in the rear view quickly, and McAlester didn't. So it's not that McAlester played poorly, it's just that Tahlequah went and took it. Said that back in the broadcast, and that's pretty much the point in the postgame too. Do I think that McAlester can come back and win the game tomorrow if they play tomorrow because of the weather? Absolutely. I think that Tahlequah is a great team, and I think that McAlester can hang with Tahlequah, as I think that McAlester can hang with Sepulpa and Coweta on any given day, just like the same way I think with Tahlequah. And that sends me back to a game with Coweta and Durant. Coweta run-ruled Durant in one game. Durant came back the next day and beat them 8-3. So I think that it's not a game that's going to ruin your season. That's only 1 loss in the district column. If you go and you win the rest of your district games, guess what? You're the district champion. So, depending on what happens with Tahlequah the rest of the way too. So Tahlequah, if they win the rest of their games, obviously they're going to be the district champion. But if McAlester wins the rest of their games, it depends on what happens with Tahlequah the rest of the way through. But the point is, you win the rest of your games, you're at least hosting. And so their season's not over, and you're not by a long shot. You're going to get to make the regionals regardless of what you do. With what they did against the bottom half of the district, they've already solidified a top 4 spot in 5A4, so that's already a plus for McAlester. But to be able to put yourself in a better seating, this are the games you want to win. What you need to do, you need to be able to put this game in the rear view as fast as possible. You need to come out with a strong mindset and a high confidence tomorrow going up against the Tigers if you play tomorrow. And see what happens, because like I said, McAlester can easily come back and return their favor if they come out swinging. So let's look at our post-game stats, and we'll finish everything up over here at Mike Deak Field. Again, the final game time today ended up lasting about an hour and 52 minutes. Our game time today. Post-game stats brought to you by Big V Feed Center. See Big V Feed Center in McAlester, Hadco Farm and Ranch in Kiowa, and Shakota Wholesale Feed Company in Shakota for your spring feeding program needs. 1 through 9 look like this for the Buffaloes. We'll start off with them, who dropped to 14-7 on the year, and again 8-1 in district play. Gunnar Hodgel went 0 for 3 with 3 strikeouts. Caden Luss now went 0 for 2 with a ground out and a fly out. Gannon Mullins went 0 for 0, 2 walks. Braden Phillips 1 for 2 with a single, the only hit today for the Buffaloes, and also lined out to second. Aiden Shumway went 0 for 1 with a hit by pitch and a strikeout. Spencer Stinchcomb went 0 for 2 with a strikeout and a flyout. Ethan Watkins 0 for 2 with the same stat line. Jackson Morgan, the same stat line. And Jackson Lauerman 0 for 2 with 2 flyouts. The Buffaloes again had 1 hit between Caden Lussnow and Aiden Shumway, 3 strikeouts, and 5 free passes given up. That's 4 walks and 1 hit by pitch, and 1 error by the Buffaloes. Tahlequah Tigers improved to 14-6. Again, still perfect 9-0 in district play. Cutter Gerdner went 2 for 4 with 2 singles. Chance Pear 3 for 4 with 2 doubles, including an RBI. Beckett Robinson went 0 for 1 with 3 walks. 2 of them were regular walks, 1 of them intentional, also grounded out to third. Braden Northington went 2 for 4 with 3 RBI, including a 2 RBI double, which started the scoring for the Tigers back in the third. St. John Sampson went 1 for 3 with 2 RBIs, including an RBI single and then a sac fly in his last plate appearance. Rylan Eagle went 2 for 3 with 2 RBI. He did ground out to second, but that was on a 12-pitch at bat, which was pretty awesome. It was 5 foul balls in a row, but Aiden Shumway won that battle. Eli Gibson went 1 for 3 with an RBI double. Levi Kelly went 0 for 2 with 2 walks and a pop-up to the pitcher. Tate Trammell also popped up to the pitcher, also reached on an error and single to go 1 for 3 on the day. Levi Kelly went the full 5 innings for a 7th shutout victory for the Tigers in district play. 7 out of their 9 wins, all shutout victories. Still only 2 runs allowed in their 9 games that they have played. He struck out 7, walked 3, no errors by the Tigers, 12 hits by the Tigers. Just a dominant force today, and McAlester will say, hey, we'll try to get you next time. And that could be tomorrow, 5:30 is supposed to be the next game. Again, that's weather permitting. We'll see what happens. If we have any changes, we encourage you to follow us on Twitter at Buff Sports Radio. Again, that is Twitter at Buff Sports Radio. That's where we get our quickest information as soon as we get it, that's the first place we go to. So again, at Twitter, at Buff Sports Radio, or X, whatever you want to call it. We'll get it on Facebook too at facebook.com/McAlester Radio. We'd like to thank our sponsors one final time. Sam Wampler's Freedom Ford, the Bank A, OK Tire and Auto, Fenton Nissan, Angels Diner, T&W Tire, Freeze and Flare Heat and Air, and Reagan Auto. And a big thank you to our board operator, Mr. Wyatt Hubbard, as well as our camera operator today, Austin Wheat, on the camera for this evening.
Thanks. I've been here this whole time.
I know. Thank you, buddy. Appreciate you. And thank you, the listener, for spending your Monday night with us. And one final time for Mike Deak Field in McAlester, Oklahoma. It was Tahlequah 11, McAlester 0 in 5 innings. And until hopefully tomorrow when McAlester tries to get back to the Tigers, this is Brandon Green saying, don't just have a great night, have a Buffalo night. Night, Harper.